Yes, that's right. MOUZ versus GamerLegion. The playoffs finally underway here at the Esports World Cup. And there's a lot of storylines in this one, Jason. Former friends, former teammates now having a clash for elimination here at the Esports World Cup.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Big challenge, and obviously we have MOUZ now who's coming off this trophy that they've won, that they've lifted back at Blast. They got to be feeling really good. So sure, you got some people you're going up against that have previously been on the team, but you're feeling real good if you're MOUZ right now.
Absolutely. Should be confidence for MOUZ. We'll see if that translates into a performance inside of the server as we get into Mirage. Want to get quite a heavy B lean straight away here from MOUZ is the call, but it looks like GamerLegion want to try and pick up that information as soon as possible, getting a couple players down in towards the ramp.
Little bit of utility being chucked out towards the A bomb site, taking some attention away. MOUZ closing in. A play up con, and look at the wraparound. Oh, Snacks wasn't ready, but still gets one. Traded off by Zelix, and now positioning towards the B bomb site.
Halson just waiting in the smoke. It faded now, so into the open it goes and phased out by PR. That's going to be Towson gone. It's weird seeing them on the other side of things, but PR taking down Towson with ease. Minute 5 seconds left as that bomb starts to get planted. Zelix inside of jungle. Flamas going to be gone. And now we're looking just down to 2 players. Hypex and Rez, no real chances at seeing their way into the round here at all.
It's a really well-constructed pistol round from MOUZ. I like that a lot. You get Zelix into this aggressive lurk position after trading the kill, the death of Exertion and gaining that space. You've got a lot of pressure being applied to both bomb sites. GamerLegion, I don't think ever really knew where that attack was going to finish. MOUZ players lying in wait to punish the rotation, and this is a nice, easy one to close out. So 1-0 for MOUZ. They're going to get started here in Mirage.
Yeah, PR is a player that we were expecting to go on to a bigger squad at some point in his career, and maybe took a while, longer than many expected, and maybe the likes of FaZe could have picked him up on their rebuild period. That wouldn't have been a move that I think anybody would have shaken a stick at, but going to MOUZ seems like a decent fit for PR in this next progression.
We'll see if he's going to be the solution, right, to elevate them. That's the entire mission that MOUZ has been on since the last major, is finally like, okay, we got to retool this a little bit and see if we can find a new way to kind of push us over the ceiling we've currently hit, to lift more trophies, to challenge for more trophies. And I think PR's addition, obviously, you got to point at it and say they already got one. So, I mean, you know, all roads are looking positive at the moment.
That's a great way to start the season. Although, it does seem to happen with MOUZ where they make a significant roster move or a change to the team, and we'll see a burst of form. We got to see that back in Cluj-Napoca last year as well when Brolin started in-game leading the team and Shuei went off the Team Liquid. And they won a tournament there, didn't go on to win another. So I'd like to see this be a lot more competitive for MOUZ across the season.
Yeah, you'd hope it would be. And I'd say, I mean, coming into this event, with how well Exertion has played, you know, within the IGL role, and the pop-off he had when he just took it over, that was so surprising. He's maintaining it pretty well. Second highest rated player for MOUZ in the group stages of the Esports World Cup. Just behind Torji. Now the hit goes on, and Exertion leads from the front with the MAC-10, takes a death. The 5-7 to the dome, but now more pressure being applied.
Yeah, Spinks just keeps it up. Great second kill as well from Spinks. He's got to love that. Low HP down inside of the side. Zelix could be in a bit of a spot of bother there as Hypex's shots start to go through, but none of them going to connect.
This is still a little dangerous for MOUZ, though. That's the last smoke they have. When this clears, it looks like they're going to be willing to take the fight. So low HP on Zelix might be the point man. PR and his teammates to swing after the fact, but MOUZ is looking for a little bit of safety to get this bomb planted.
The bomb shall be planted. PR the man to put it down. Now Torzi going to be going over towards jungle. It's Hypex is taking that kill. PR gone. Zelix, quick response. Towson dead. 2v3 as MOUZ currently hold that lead, but gonna start sending Zelix down interconnected with that low HP. And Torzi's so sharp on the trigger. As soon as Rez walks near him, it's an instant kill. And Spinks will close out on Hypex. So a strong round out of Spinks. He'll get an upgrade, a well-deserved upgrade into the AK-47.
Yeah, great patience from him as well. Not panicking too much when his teammate goes down. Exertion with the MAC-10, taking his time, knowing with the glue, with that position, he's got plenty of safety, and patience is going to be rewarded. So good kills out from Palace to alleviate some of the pressure. A really nice double kill to help secure the bomb site in a second round for MOUZ. For GamerLegion, they invest. Deagles, P250s, they're going to fight a little bit here in round 3, but guns come out in the next one.
Yeah, a little bit for sure, but you're really looking to likes of Snacks and Flowers and Rose to pull something off here with the Deagles. That's the real talking point in the round for GamerLegion, but should be an easy 3-0 start for MOUZ.
Really interesting event for GamerLegion with how well they kind of played in the group stage and breezed through their group, the top seed. They came into this event on a 6-match losing streak, able to take down Luminosity and GG How, and due to the upset of GG How earlier on, they got a nice easy path to the top seed coming out of their group.
And obviously GG How pulling off the more difficult feat in taking down Team Spirit to start things off, but you know, GamerLegion, you just have to play the opponent that's in front of you, and that was their path here to the playoffs. Now you've immediately found your match in a great opponent in MOUZ.
That's why it's like a little bit sneaky when I was like looking up stats this morning for the game and everything. Is the MOUZ or the GamerLegion players, excuse me, are so highly rated. There's 3 of them in the top 10 of the event overall. But it's just due to the virtue of that nice, easy kind of path through the group stage.
Very different story for both teams coming into the event.
Yeah, otherwise, GamerLegion's been on a little bit of a streak of struggles recently. Towson's going to try and find a kill at the end. Torji low HP. There's the double swing, can only get the 1.
Yeah, I think the storyline we started the tournament with for GamerLegion is still the same story that stands, right? The fact that they had a good run in America towards the end of last season, leading up into the Cologne Major. They played well, and Texans played well in Atlanta, but then the big problem...
Played bad in Cologne.
Yeah, played very badly in Cologne, and really started to see it just drop off in form of the individual players. Obviously, PR goes on to MOUZ, so a fresh start here for GamerLegion. It hasn't been a good start to the second half of this year, but maybe this could be the turning point. If they take down MOUZ, that's got to be a massive boost of confidence for GamerLegion.
It should be, with the way the MOUZ is playing at the moment. Utility out towards middle. Here's the take towards the top boxes. Off angle for Hypex's AWB. Been a big piece of this GamerLegion defense with the AWP. Part of the reason why their Atlanta and Dallas campaign went so strong right before the major. He's going to be negated here with no shot, with no glimpse.
And Media happy to play a 4v5 here in the gun round for GamerLegion. Snaps being made here for PR. They're going to be charging out of the apartments down into the side. Hypex going to miss his. Towson will spray away for 2, but his teammates are gone. They know what Towson is, but it doesn't matter because he'll still triple. And he's burning inside of the flames, but he'll throw smoke down, buys time. Rotation there from Flamus, damage done to Torzi, finished off in fact. And so Exertion has to clutch up, and he's actually pulled it off. So Exertion steps up, in-game leader and clutcher all in one here for MOUZ.
Oh, they made a footstep a little bit too early, so very deep in B halls, which allows Hypex to turn with the AWP and pair up on that defense. Stronghold from GamerLegion, but just the trading in rebuttal. The second wave of MOUZ players is so effective. A lovely triple kill from Towson, really good stuff, but when all your teammates fall on the rotation, he's still on the island on his own.
Weak weapons now for GamerLegion, coming close to a round victory, but not close enough. And MOUZ can go on a terror at this point in the half, even if already 4-0 up, settling into your map pick like this. It's kind of the nightmare scenario for GamerLegion coming in as the underdog.
Yeah, I mean, MOUZ is in a very good position here in this round to kind of grasp complete control. Open it up with 5-0. They're going to go quiet. Window room is going to get smoked off. They'll scale down the mid-ramp. Defense is situated towards the A bomb site. 4 defenders here for GamerLegion.
And Exertion goes towards the bottom of connector. He'll start making his way closer and closer to the waiting steps of Towson, who plays at the bottom of the stairway. Snacks about to try and cross into the open, but it's the Towson pounce that is the real threat here, and they're slowing Exertion down, but he still stays so comfortable in that spot. He works that so well to get his kill, and then the spam down through the triple boxes as well is good enough. Now Rez is going to wait down inside of the B site.
Dude.
He's on his own. He's got a 5-7, and so far so good for MOUZ. It should be relatively easy to remove Rez as well. Finally found him. It's going to be Torzi to get the job done. PR even survives on 2 HP. And yep, a 5-0 flawless lead here for MOUZ. Exactly what they would have been looking for coming into this game.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a lovely sequence from Exertion, but I think Towson's going to be really frustrated. Thought he had the clean look, sells his position. Exertion wasn't even really considering it. He was looking to be a fake that whole time and see how much information he could gather. You get a kill on top of all that, on top of all that presence. You're just laughing.
I think that's the impressive thing about how Exertion plays, that he never puts himself in harm's way to the point where he's giving a free fight to Towson on the rifle, so manages to get his teammates in the position as well. And I think Cyclone's going to be the happier of the 2 coaches going into this timeout.
Certainly. I mean, very pleased with the way they're playing. Been strong and composed. I'll say this. I mean, GamerLegion haven't done anything to knock them off their game yet. We haven't really seen MOUZ tested, but Early glimpse so far of the way this T-side is now rolling on Mirage, and it's feeling like Exertion is having no issues getting this team into a really strong position. He's got Spinks delivering for him, 6-1 for Spinks, 7-3 for Exertion leading the way. They got a 5-0 lead here on the opening map of this series.
Yeah, it could get worse for GamerLegion if they're not able to start winning right now at this point. We've got Hypex getting into connector. Torzy's ult's going to be looking down short. Always fun when you get a player who's played in this squad for so long, and PR going up against them and actually having that edge and that idea of how his teammates like to play. See if he can actually work it into the server today. Going to be up in the apartments. That's his default position. And Snack's going to be smoked out the window as Exertion starts to slip forward to Con.
Ooh, this time picked off. Exertion going to get negated, but here's the scale up short. A little bit of a fake towards the A bomb site. Torgy's op wants to provide cover so they can scale and turn this corner, but a trap is laid by GamerLegion, and Hypex going to respond again.
Torgy's under so much pressure. Oh my god, he gets away with it. Towson getting taken down. Snacks had to trade and does so effectively. Now it's Spinks. Good kill. Flam is completely blinded in the open. And now Spinks has a chance for multiple kills down inside of the site. 44 seconds. Res up next. Headshot landed. And now PR left 1v3. The bomb is all the way at shore, so far away from him.
There's probably no chance for him to actually win this round, but any more weapons he takes away are super valuable. There's no money built up for the GamerLegion side. So if I'm PR right now, I'm not even thinking about winning the round. And you can tell by this route he's walking, he's not either. He wants kills. He wants to take one more gun away from this defense, force the rebuy, keep the economy low, and set his team to break them in the next round.
Well, Rez is right there under the wood. PR is going to spot him, but not able to get his crosshair in the right spot, and that's Rez outmatching him in the individual duel. So finally, GamerLegion get a round win.
Off the back of Hypex, and he got some clean looks, right? No flash to activate Exertion on the peak, no smoke in his face, no grenades, no Molotovs to force him off the angles. Just got to sit and wait. 2 different kills. It's a very nice flick up from his perspective, and a clean round victory for GamerLegion. Right out of the timeout as well, so they got to be very pleased with how that played out.
Here's Snacks, all the way towards top middle, getting a little bit of aggression straight away. Flash gonna meet him and force Snacks to reconsider his options as he starts to peel away from that aggressive top mid play. He's about to get pushed in the underpass. Snacks is as good as dead at this point in this position. There's absolutely no way he gets out of that at that stage of the round. So Exertion walking forward. He'll love the free kill. Torcy then takes away Flammus, and immediately the beating heart of GamerLegion has been ripped out of their chest.
Yeah, I think the call for GamerLegion is going to be everyone meet up at the B bomb site and let's just gamble it's going to end here. There's no chance if you stay spread out across the map. Hypex is going to play ticket with the AWP. Towson pushes forward to turn into a warning system. But MOUZ not committed quite yet. Bomb's still in mid. They've got a minute to play with.
Towson's been so good on this B site when called upon. Let's see if he can do it again. Just playing here towards the couch on the right side of PR. PR finally starts to brave the steps forward, but Towson's so ready. PR dies, but it's about MOUZ going into the A site.
Yeah.
They populated it.
I was going to say, this is the real move. Like, you know, PR is going to go check towards the B bomb site. Exertion makes his information play at the A bomb site. One of them is going to figure out what's happening and where exactly to finish. So MOUZ, with a huge man advantage of 5-on-3, find the free bomb site, but GamerLegion do get to bring 3 weapons, including an AWP, into the next round.
Yeah, at least the save call able to come through and it, you know, leave it empty-handed, but I mean, we're already looking at 6 T rounds on Mirage here for MOUZ. I think Exertion's going to be very happy with how his team are playing around him at the moment. Obviously playing well himself. 8 kills, 4 deaths. You were highlighting how he hasn't really seen a drop-off. Taking up the role, and Selix is actually applying the idea of no mercy towards his opponents. He's caught Rez rather up in the apartments, and that's another weapon gone.
Yeah, not even risking a whole lot himself. I mean, never really peeking past this angle. Just looking to see if anyone's going to give him something free. So 6-1. GamerLegion do have cash to buy. They can drop 2 weapons over. It's going to be a full buy in the next round for this defense, but running out of opportunities, and MOUZ are really starting to show superiority. Trying to get him fired up here going into round 8. Hypex 2 with the AWP, and that's the round they have, is the double kill from Hypex. That one feels like miscommunication. Maybe not, I mean, I guess thinking underpass was clear, thinking maybe someone else would be covering it, but that's an easy opening kill provided.
Out mid, they go for the MOUZ side. Utilities in play, but Hypex has been so good here for GamerLegion in the round one that they've had. So he's going to go again. Zelix taken down, opening kill here for GamerLegion. Torsi's going to try and hunt it back, and he does connect the shot out towards CT, but it's not enough damage to bring him down. And speaking of not enough damage, 1 HP left on Spinks, and he jumps out of there before those grenades come in to finish him off.
Really unfortunate Torsi doesn't get that kill, just gets the tag. I love that decision when you see the AWP ring out over on short to say, all right, well, if there's not going to be an AWP holding me, I'm happy to take this challenge. I love that assertive nature of the AWPer.
Look at this from Flammus. Speaking of assertive, he's pushed through the ramp all the way towards T-spawn.
Man advantage with low HP, and he's like, if I die, it's no big deal. Everyone else is still going to be here. Let me go gather the information. And look at the way it's going to allow Rez to cheat over to this B bomb site. Hypex, again, will just nail those shots as long as you crouch into his crosshair.
And claims another off short. 40 seconds left, and it's so easy to tell where MOUZ are going to finish this round because of all that information.
They might want to save. I feel like they're going to go for this. They might feel like they have the economy is still pretty low from the previous round, so might want to get a couple extra kills, but this is going to be tough.
Very low percentage chance of winning this round. Hypex lessens those numbers even more so now with that kill up towards the apartment. Spinks trying to fight forward. PR dead, and Spinks is on 1 HP as he retreats. Felt like that was always going to be the result of the round, and that ends up being a second for GamerLegion.
Yeah, really good job from them. Another triple kill round from Hypex, multi-kill round from Hypex. But I mean, that's a couple rounds now we've seen in a row where he's not really being harassed. That's Exertion kind of crouching and taking a dry fight into his back-to-back rounds. I wonder if MOUZ will start being a little bit more cautious about that, use a little bit more utility early on in the staging setup. Or maybe if you're Exertion, you just say, you know what, let's hit an attack directly to a bomb site. Take the AWP out of the equation entirely. It's been the middle of the map where that's been a nuisance. And a timeout taken, the first for MOUZ. We'll see if Cyclone wants to switch anything up in the conversation. IMD talking to his boys on GamerLegion as well, as they've got their 2 rounds for the first time on the board. For MOUZ, this playoff run, too, is about establishing that success that we saw back at Blast, hoisting that trophy, isn't just going to fade away and disappear. That these changes have made MOUZ stronger permanently, that they're here to stay and here to challenge.
MOUZ should be looking at this side of the bracket.
Yes, they should.
Let's make that final. That we have to make this final. You got the weaker side of the bracket. Still some strong teams on this side, but obviously the other side is filled with the Titans of Counter-Strike. So you got to take this opportunity if you're MOUZ, and if you are going to be a challenger this season, then prove it now. And currently a very strong lead here against GamerLegion. It would be a statement to see them crush GamerLegion today, but it does feel like GamerLegion are starting to get their feet beneath them here in Mirage in this first half.
Well, we're about to see if this changeup can do anything, because it is a little bit of what I thought. MOUZ looking to turn a little bit more directly towards the bomb sites. 3 players waiting on A ramp and Palace. Exertion is going to be the distraction over in middle. We'll see him try and move his way up Con. He's got the support of his teammate in Zelix, who's going to block off the window.
Good timing for Rez, backing away from that smoke fade and not exposing himself to the crosshair of Exertion. He knows he loves to play around the window and then connect to. So Rez is looking for Exertion in these positions, but we got Flammus committed on top wood. Hypex has to catch a good time. He's just spotted the player walking out off the ramp. Snacks caught by a perfect flashbang from PR. That allows Exertion to get the first kill, but Flammus 2 off the wood as he drops down below. And Hypex chimes in from CT spawn, and all of a sudden Flammus has a chance for another. It's domination from Flammus. He ignites the hole with a 4K, and that's GamerLegion up to a 3rd round win.
Well, damn, Flammus, one of the new additions. That's a pop-off round from him, and we saw him try to hype the boys up a little bit earlier when things were starting to look desperate. That's a great performance to stop a hit when your team loses the opening death.
Beautiful stuff. I mean, he's got a lot of distraction of his teammates as well across the site. And then he just handles this last one. Torsi couldn't get the angle up on him with the weapon he had, so MOUZ's adaptation has resulted in a round loss, quite convincingly so. And so now they're down to low-tier weapons, P250s, Glocks. It's a full eco coming up here.
Yeah, super proud of your GamerLegion. 3 of the last 4 rounds in your favor. Defense has finally showed up and put a stop to MOUZ, forced them back to pistol. So a very cautious, slow-paced round as MOUZ basically used this as a free timeout and just have a little chit-chat while they sit back with the weaker weapons.
Oh yeah, they're going to be really frustrated that they've let this strong lead slip the way they have.
It's Hypex's op that's been punishing you. Now Flamus is rattling off a triple kill. Those are the two guys. Towson had his triple earlier in the half as well. But I think really the conversation for MOUZ has got to be about that op in the hands of Hypex, because that has been a problem.
And the ball will not be slipping out of Palace, because Flamus has moved up to take Spinks down. So the bomb dropped over there, and that's your only hope for the round really, was to try and get a bomb plant. You don't even get a kill. So ends up being a 4th round victory for GamerLegion, as it should be in a round like that. And I will get back to the buy for MOUZ.
A little bit light on nades on the MOUZ side of things for how much mid-control they've been doing and how much they've been using that to springboard either up short or up con. So you won't have as nearly as many layers of utility to allow you to scale slowly and safely. You might have to take a few more risks in various places. Nursing this 2-round lead with 2 rounds remaining in this first half.
There's a spray down middle. Snacks opens things up immediately with a kill on Spinks, and look how much damage has been done to the other MOUZ players. This is a disastrous start to the round for the T side, and the flashes keep coming, and the GamerLegion players keep flooding towards them, and the defense has become the attack, as now Exertion and PR are left alone, crushed by this GamerLegion call. They have read it perfectly, and PR is left on low HP, 22 health, and he goes out to his death as well.
They got to be holding their hands up in the air like, how did we not get that first kill? Very long, extended spray battle from top, mid to window. And I feel like it's the multiple Ts that probably should have come out on top of that, but just a disgusting amount of damage dealt to him by Snacks. How has he not died? Really gets away with one. And then the follow-up push is just brutal from Rez. We're going to tie things up, it's looking like, going into the second half. 5-6, GamerLegion coming all the way back, 4 in a row on this CT side.
There's again a mid-kill that's gone in favor of GamerLegion immediately. No, the call for MOUZ is trying to accelerate into this B side to try and get into the one defender there. But he's also got Rez out short who can help him. So Towson gets the one, Rez gets the double, and GamerLegion in control now. So beautiful to see this turnaround from 6-1 up from MOUZ to now 6 apiece. GamerLegion, what a comeback in this first half.
Yeah, insane recovery. That should definitely get them hyped up and excited during the break. They'll switch sides and we'll take a little pause in the action, and MOUZ need to collect themselves. 5 straight round losses, 6 of the last 7 in the favor of GamerLegion. MOUZ just disappeared out of the server.
We were really singing the praises of MOUZ and Exertion's calling early on, looking, okay, we're getting the ideal start if you're MOUZ, but GamerLegion, yeah, clawing it back, and really it just started with them winning the mid fights, which is coming out on top of mid.
I mean, just lack of kills in the closing rounds of that opening half. MOUZ had 5 kills in the last 5 rounds of the half. You know, that's obviously going to make it very, very difficult to win. That's the understatement of the day.
Yeah, but you gotta say, it's just the different looks GamerLegion had for controlling middle, and then having a strong B hold as well is always helpful.
I think that's what's impressive about GamerLegion is it was off mid that MOUZ was getting everything, and then once Hypex's op started putting him down, 1, 2 players just kind of walking into an angle, MOUZ couldn't get the engine running again after that. Hypex really changed the nature of that opening half.
Well, now it's GamerLegion playing with the momentum. We see Torsi trying to take that back. Steps out from the bottom of connector, immediate headshot onto Rez. Yuto will start flying to the sky towards this B-bomb site, but unfortunately for GamerLegion, they've lost 2 players already, so MOUZ in a really strong spot. Try and close this pistol round out just from the get-go, and feels like your play never really happened because Spinks slicing away 3 attackers, and we leave Snacks 1v5. You know he's good for a pistol clutch, but not hungry today. So that'll be a 7-6 scoreline for MOUZ.
Yeah, good shooting from Spinks. Triple kill from him, some really sharp headshots, and a lovely coordination on the utility when they hear the footsteps. Drop the nades at the choke point, easy kills. GamerLegion didn't have a single clean look in that round. So both pistols over to MOUZ here on this opening map of the series. Winner moves on to the quarterfinals. Loser is eliminated here in the round of 16.
Go on to play Foot, to manage to get the win versus Magic earlier today in a 2-1 fashion. MOUZ having already played Foot. Good Exertion. He just sprays down into the Underpass comes out with one. Spinks gets two towards top middle, and they clean up the Glocks as quickly as they can. So 8-6. Again, it's going to be a decent start to the half here for MOUZ, but let's see if GamerLegion can get it going earlier than having to be 6-1 down in the half.
Well, M4's out for this CT side. Plenty of utility, a kit as well in the hands of Zelix. Exertion picking one up as well. So MOUZ defense looking very strong. GamerLegion, all AK-47s. Nade missing, and they're going to go quick. Stream wide, out middle to the mid boxes. Torji's under some pressure, but no danger of his life just yet until he tries to evacuate.
That's Torji getting knocked away. So advantage already for GamerLegion coming into this round, but there's the reaction from MOUZ is trying to send some players into Palace, get some map control back. Flamus is going to be aware of that. Trying to shift his way forward, realizing this has been an area of the map that's been open all round long. But as he starts to move forward, MOUZ begin to back off.
Yeah, what's scary about this, if you're a MOUZ fan, is if you push that deep into Palace and see nobody home, you start getting the feeling that it's not going to be a finish at the A bomb site, like it's going to be on the other side of the map. And you can tell that's either the read that MOUZ have at the moment, or at least the decision they're making on the gamble to just preserve the weapons. Either way, they're in the wrong place at the wrong time. And GamerLegion will creep that scoreboard ever closer.
Yeah, loving that. And you got Zelix coming back over towards CT. He'll try and disrupt them, delay them, throw smoke in, cause a couple of issues, but he should be getting cleared out no problem. And the flashbang is only going to help that matter. So Towson walks in. Zelix taken down, and MOUZ, just with the nature of them rotating away from the A side, have to save these three weapons on B. So again, GamerLegion getting back to winning ways as soon as the guns have come out, and that will end up being a 7th round. The gap, again, just 1 round.
Good find on Torji, a little cheesy as he tries to jump back through the smoke. Good timing on the break.
Do you like your cheeses, Jason?
Yeah, I do like some cheeses. I'm known to.
Yeah, we are in Paris. I had a cheeseburger the other day, Jason. You wouldn't have liked it.
No?
The meat was good, the bread was good, but they put this stinky French cheese on top of it, and I was like, not quite accustomed to that, Jason, you know?
Sure. I understand that.
Gotta get that processed stuff.
Yeah, give me like the good old-fashioned American one that melts at the right temperature.
And never leaves your arteries.
Well,
right. Fist bumps coming in because GamerLegion have earned another round victory.
yeah, staying in this fight, aren't they? We'll see if, I mean, this might be a very critical round for this game. This could be a huge swing round to at least see how competitive it's going to be. I think MOUZ's economy not in the prettiest place after that loss. They did save plenty of weapons. They did rebuy the weapons they lost. They're doing okay, but it's going to start getting sketchy from here. If they can't turn this around on the CT side, Torji's off sees nothing.
It's an aggressive play forward. Again, Zelix CT aggressive move has been caught by Towson, so you're offering up the opening kill here, and GamerLegion gonna frag.
Yeah, in your first 2 gun rounds as well. That's both, it's back-to-back rounds you've lost the opening kill, and very, very tough. Putting a lot of stress on the team, a lot of stress on the economy. And Torji's just barely gonna miss that timing.
Oh,
he did find it at the end of the day.
Yeah, smokes out towards Ticket. It's his own smoke. He's trying to use some cover now. Exertion has wall buying back on Res, so the kills are once again even. The bomb has actually slipped out safely behind Triple. It is being planted. Snacks over the top of the stairs. Peels away with Spinks, and that advantage once again falls in favor of the post plant. Towson this time upstairs. He nearly gets 2, and that's PR finally sending 1 shot back, but you can't win this.
Nope. Because
PR is on 11 HP. Torzi has an AWP. You have to get out of there.
Yeah, you want to save these weapons. You want to be able to drop and buy in the next round. PR can give a weapon over to his teammate. Torji likely can as well. But I'll tell you what, MOUZ isn't dictating anything in these 2 gun rounds we've seen so far here on Mirage. This is all them reacting to GamerLegion. Part of that, and obviously a big part of that, is the fact they've lost the opening kill in these 2 rounds. That's got to be the conversation if you're MOUZ, if you take a timeout and you're Cyclone, is we need to play these 5v5s, you know, more than just the first 20 seconds of the rounds. It's giving GamerLegion all the freedom to navigate the map and pick and choose their point of attack. So round 17. 2 weapons brought over by MOUZ. Couple weapons dropped over for another strong buy, but they're getting real beat up in quite a stretch. Second timeout taken by the MOUZ defense.
not happy with this performance at all. To think they started 6-1, they've won 2 rounds since then. And they were the pistol in the second round here. They kick off this second half.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like there's a bit of 100 reasons I could have given you for MOUZ just being able to roll, steamroll, and pop off and close that map after the start. But GamerLegion admirably has fought back in such a big way. I mean, and to be fair, it's like, this is what we wanted. This is the GamerLegion we kind of expected to be at Cologne. One with a little bit of grit, a little bit of tenacity to stick around in games, and enough danger to keep things close. We didn't see that. But now the roster changes have brought it right back, and GamerLegion fighting for this playoff spot. This place in the quarterfinals here at the Esports World Cup.
I mean, for GamerLegion, you can let it fire you up as well. That people were saying, no, they've made it to the playoffs. Not really a legitimate run at all. The teams they beat are super easy to get through. This playoff performance is somewhat fraudulent, but you beat MOUZ, and I think you throw out all that conversation. Like, okay, you've earned your spot here.
Yeah,
you've earned your spot in the quarterfinals.
Can't mess with that one. Well, MOUZ have the right read, at least out of this timeout. They've got 4 players towards the A bomb site. 2 in con, protecting middle and jungle. 2 at the top of A ramp to stuff any attack.
Yeah, Zelix moves up towards the ramp itself, and Towson and Hypex with the bomb in their possession. Need to be careful here. He was trying to get out of Palace. He had a chance. He did a lot of damage as well to Exertion. Zelix is up next. He hasn't really found too much success in these ramp plays, and he'll continue to get wrecked by Towson, who's looking so sharp in the multi-kill department. Spinks is caught in the open. He couldn't fight on 2 fronts, so understandably he goes down towards the stairs, and then Flamus just easily marches forward towards CT spawn. This is looking like 2 very different rosters inside of the server. GamerLegion in full control, everybody looking sharp, and you can't say anybody looks that great right now for MOUZ.
No, I'm not sure where they've gone. That looked really flat. That was a really weak attempt at pushing in a piece of aggression. I wonder if that's a play that they like to make when they have nades in utility. We see teams all the time. Flashbang's the obvious one, but even throwing a nade just to obscure vision and take a swing with that. But with a low buy, MOUZ didn't have those resources, and the dry peek just is terrifying.
Oh, there we go! Little Snacks classic for you. Round of 16, and a round of applause for the knife.
And no reaction from old Snacks either.
And it's just another day at the office.
Yeah, just brutal. Giving him a 9-8 lead and now plenty of cash in the back pocket. This map has just turned around so quickly.
He's dialed in. Just trying to call GamerLegion with some momentum. We know Snacks is a great caller when he's got momentum on his side, when he feels confident in his players and his pieces. And that could be very scary here for MOUZ. He could just sail forward and just take this win.
This is the map selection of MOUZ as well. They wanted to bring it over to Mirage, so GamerLegion surprising them on their map pick a little bit here.
Trying to do some work up con. It's going to be Snacks and Rez to find success. PR is the only player with a rifle to get one. Torch's USPs come through with a kill. Look at the damage done to Snacks. Flam is trying to pull it back, and he makes that look very easy.
Yeah,
Palace.
That's the one. They needed that really, really badly. That was actually extremely dangerous for GamerLegion.
Man, we talked a little bit about GamerLegion's success in Atlanta and their American run. I think we also have to talk about the fact that Flamus was there, who has obviously had a couple of runs with Team VP and slotting into different roles, different positions, and perform with all of them. Managed to take down Vitality at the event. So I think that's really impressive from Flamus, and finally he's back in GamerLegion, a little bit more permanence. And so a project he can actually work around and build, and hopefully we get to see more and more Flamus growing, because I really enjoyed watching him.
I was going to say, I think on paper this makes a lot of sense. It feels like they've now picked up like a really, really strong rifling core with Flamus, with PR, with Rez. You've got 2 younger riflers. You've got Rez, the more experienced guy. You got a strong developing Opper and Hypex as well.
Yeah, and then Towson is obviously so strong. So you lose PR, but you gain Flamus, and I think that's a move you're not going to be too disappointed with. Flamus is a very, very capable player.
Oh, sorry, I said PR instead of Towson, didn't I? Thank you for fixing that.
It's all good. It's bound to happen in a game like this. Well, fist bumps all coming in. A few rounds left to play, it feels like, with the way GamerLegion are currently performing. This feels like MOUZ's last legs they've got to stand on in this game.
Yeah, it's weird to say that. It's crazy how that happened. I feel like they should have way more chances, but we've just seen them, like, the players just run flat. Now the frags aren't coming, the kills aren't coming, the heads-up fights are going the way of GamerLegion. All right, Hypex forced into an aggressive angle, steps in front of the Molotov, and backs away slowly. Looks like a timing hit. Snax is going to arrive here pretty soon. They might pull the trigger right on this fade.
Smokes and flashes. Heading out towards the A side. We've got 3 players coming out of Palace. 2 defending within it. Out first. Oh my god, Torsy's just completely unaware. So now Zelix has a lot to do, and he's had a really quiet map, so hard to see a world in which he gets more than one. And the trade does come through from Rez. So 4v3, MOUZ have to retake, and we haven't seen them even look close to getting into a winnable situation. And they have 1 flash, 1 kit. It's over.
That walkout Palace is crazy. That walkout Palace is so hardcore.
But he's been doing that the entire half.
Well, I mean, look, it's hard because you feel like that's a fake if you're the. You mentioned the Opera, you mentioned Torzy just kind of stepping in to the boxes unawares. That all that utility shows that it's going to be like a fake of some kind, right? The A utility is chucked out, both smokes, no commitment, no follow-up flashbangs. So you feel like it's going to be a turn up short. I imagine Torzy's getting to that position to have a teammate break the smoke so we can have a line of sight.
And then out comes Flamus.
And then just out comes Flamus. Out comes the rest of GamerLegion as well. Tricky play call, but it also helps when you've been beaten up throughout this entire half.
Yeah, and you can kind of get into that flow as well if your snacks or all these calls are working, and you just feel more and more confidence with every single round win.
And all the questions around Snax of how good of an IGL can he become. One thing he's always been good at and solid at is calling with momentum. And now that he's got you on that string, he's really working it. He's making it look good.
And obviously this team is just such a different beast when you've got that rifling engine online, when you've got Towson having some standout moments with a couple of multi-kills, either anchoring or a double towards ramp on the T side. And then you've got Rez and Flamus just stepping up consistently. It's great to see you, and honestly, very fun to watch GamerLegion when they're playing this well. Rez is going to try and disrupt this lower tunnel smoke, move through it. Coming out top mid, it's a good crunch here from GamerLegion. Finally some resistance though as that sprays off from Rez, and that is going to end up being a Spix double in the round. Flamus trying to react to pull this one back for GamerLegion. He's coming out of the ramp instead of Palace this time. But it's tough to see how he's going to pull this off. He throws the Molotov up. Zelix peeks him with the MP9 and he'll upgrade into the AK.
That was maybe the last chance. If that AK could have got something, Flamus maybe one of those kills. Hypex arrives in time to help you out, but not to be. MOUZ finally clamped down on this CT side. First gun round win in their favor. They stop a 5-round streak from GamerLegion. And you mentioned it being the last gasp. Yeah, let's see if they can go on a streak here. GamerLegion just 2 rounds away from taking this opening map of the series.
I think you're not going to be too disappointed in that round loss as well for GamerLegion, because you obviously have so much money to buy back in the next, but also the nature and how they lose this, it's just whiff spray from Rez. He knows he won't do that again, you know, or just a 50-50 fight going the other way in mid. Gotta feel like you have a track record that you can have faith in that's gonna get you up to that 12th now if you're GamerLegion.
If I'm GamerLegion and I'm Snax, I'm leaning on this A bomb side. I feel like you've been able to overrun it so many times. I think you've had a couple freebie rounds there, able to take advantage of the inexperience of Zelix. Him and Torji haven't been playing particularly well together in this half so far. Just keep leaning on it.
Oh, Zelix has not had a good game here trying to defend ramp. He's had a very tough time. He's lucky to get out of that one alive as the nades came after him.
Yeah, probably should be dead. That would have been the 3rd time he'd gone down in a very similar play of trying to execute that aggressive peek down ramp. Shifting over, relocating back on the map to the other side. Flamus, Hypex, and Towson towards the B-bomb site with the bomb in tow. Rez in middle is able to grab one. And they want to pinch this. They want to eliminate this position.
Around the back. Ooh, good turn from Exertion. And you weren't winning that one, Rez. Well, PR just back short. They're diving out of the window. Blinded and also taking damage on board, but still wins it. So now MOUZ starting to win a couple of these fights, looking a little 50-50. But into the site, GamerLegion go plant coming up. Missed shot from Torsi, but it's all about this flank from Exertion.
Yeah, but if he can read it, Towson, he now gets in a good position. They saw him over at bench. Exertion might not expect this. They must have the flank be effective.
Towson waits. Exertion strikes, so it's got to be Towson to triple up from the van, and the first bullet inaccurate. Exertion makes it happen coming out of the apartments. A great triple kill out of him, and that flank was the insurance policy that gets MOUZ up to 10 and makes this map possible again.
Well, you said Resident wasn't going to miss 2 sprays in a row. He missed a kill there in middle that he would like to have back, because all of a sudden it's not feeling so comfortable if you're GamerLegion up 11 to 10. Now, as you mentioned just last round, they have plenty of cash, so not out of the fight. In fact, they're going to have everything they want, and they still got some money left over, so not too shabby. But 2 in a row for MOUZ brings them right back into this game, and it's starting to feel much better. Spinks at 17, same with Exertion.
Well, GamerLegion perhaps could have leaned on a more direct hit towards the B site in search of 12 rounds, in search of map point. MOUZ holding on. They've got the AWP of PR in the right position. The secondary sniper brought up at a crucial point in the game. He's going to be going up against his former primary AWPer teammate in Hypex, who is coming towards him. Flash into the angle. PR wins it, so advantage now with MOUZ. Tucks into the corner, smoke drop for cover, and this is going to delay GamerLegion. It's going to cost them crucial seconds, trying to force PR down to 0 HP, but the nades just ain't landing. And this is actually putting GamerLegion in such a tough spot because the rotation has arrived.
It's why it looks like there was almost a second execute, as they're so desperate to get that kill, knowing where he is, knowing he's low, knowing it's going to be tough to get out. But look how much utility they've just wasted trying to secure that. You just don't have a whole lot of nades left. 2 smokes, 2 flashing for GamerLegion to find the finishing move. Towson, Snacks, and Rez coming through the underpass now. You got Spinks up in ladder room. Exertion's going to be on short, so the defense has got a really good line on where this attack is going to come.
Yeah, it's hard to see how MOUZ are going to let this one go, but final pieces of utility being put in place. Top con and window smokes. Spinks actually gets the fight he's looking for before that smoke plume, so into the strong 2-man advantage now. Flamus has to go nuclear, and we know he can be that playmaker. He's got one in towards the ladder room. Spinks gone, but he pulls out a nade. His hand's busy, and Exertion trying to tap away. Seeing that they try and get in towards Con. I'll throw the grenade forward, but 20 seconds left for GamerLegion. They've got no money left, so they have to back away. They realize they can't win this round, and this is going to be a tough pill to swallow, but one they must, because 11-11, GamerLegion have stalled out towards the end of this map.
11-11 in a situation, too, where you're going to have to really scrape a buy together. Rez not going to get any bonus money. Flamus can buy, so you're going to have a real conversation of how this money works and how you want to play these last 2 rounds. How much do you want to leave, potentially, for round 24? And completely brilliant recovery from MOUZ after such a stretch in the second half. That could have just knocked them off kilter. I still think if you're MOUZ during this timeout, if you're Cyclone, you're probably not calling for it at this moment, but you're saying, guys, at one point in this last round, we got one more A hit we got to win. We have one more execute towards that A bomb site coming at us. You're speaking directly to Torji, directly to Zelix, and telling them to be prepared at all times, because you know GamerLegion is going to test that at least once more.
Well, MOUZ didn't have the stopping power in that first few rounds here, but it's kind of the same story of both halves, right? The fact that both defenses really struggled in the initial gun rounds, then suddenly figure it out. They win a few fights in mid, which breaks the money of their opponents, forces them into more direct hits to the bomb sites, and then you've got strong anchor performances. Very similar performance from both teams throughout this game.
Well, risky call from GamerLegion in the timeout. They shove virtually all in. Everyone's bought up. 2 MAC-10s, AWP on Snacks, AKs on Rez and Flamus, and we're rushing the B-bomb site. We love it.
Bottom of the barrel, but let's see if they can barrel through the defense. We've got PR waiting. Good kill on the rifle. Snacks to trade. Again, the pressure's on Spinks, but his rifle's ready. He gets a dink on the 2, and Exertion's right there with him. AK out now, better than reloading, and that's a strong hope for MOUZ that's going to push them up to map point. It's crazy to see this happen, but it is MOUZ who claim map point first. A fantastic comeback, showing their class and mental strength.
Yeah, that's a really good hold as well. I think they were caught off guard a little bit. PR didn't seem like he was fully prepared. Spinks looked like he was panicking a little bit, but good rotations. GamerLegion with that first kill go in the way of MOUZ, they couldn't actually secure the bomb site, take that space. So the reinforcements from Exertion is very, very effective. Well, and now it all comes down to this last round.
And look at it as well, Jason. We're talking 3 Galils, 1 Deagle, a single AK-47 for Rez. The individuals of GamerLegion disappear at a crucial point in the game, and now they're getting ready for an A play. And you said in that timeout,
one more.
Going to be talking about it. There's going to be one more in regulation coming at you, and it's that man you highlighted. Torzi's up at the ready to try and stop them coming out. It's one straight onto Towson. MOUZ trying to close this one. GamerLegion desperately trying to make it into overtime, but they will not get past Zelix. A quiet game, but a strong finish. Fantastic tenacity out of MOUZ.
Yeah, that's an absolutely lovely, lovely showing from MOUZ. The opening start that was so strong, yeah, it dropped to Bayo, but a good, really good recovery in the map. And for them to take that, their pick that looked in danger of them losing it, bodes well for the rest of this series for MOUZ.
Sometimes it's not about how you start.
Of 16, and MOUZ is on that campaign to prove the trophy they lifted back at Blast Bounty Season 2 is not just kind of a flash in the pan. It's not just something that just kind of happened, a honeymoon period, a one hot event. They're looking to build upon it and build up that resume and start fleshing out the ability of Exertion to lead this team deep into tournaments, deep towards trophies.
The final fist bumps are in, and we're ready to get going into the second map of play. MOUZ one map lead versus GamerLegion every single round required in regulation on Mirage. Will we get the same here on Ancient? It's time to find out. We'll see GamerLegion start on the T side this time. They got plenty of utility. And for MOUZ, it is a little bit of utility. Smoke flash, but notably no kit.
They're going to be coming right towards this B bomb site, at least out of the gate. Exertion has dualies inside cave. He'll get contact first as they swing in.
Yeah, Joel Barrett is at the ready. Usually you see them rattle off as quick as they can, but he gets a single bullet off before Flammers nails him with a headshot. And we see Snacks coming in for that follow-up as well. So 3v5 and no real way into the round here for MOUZ.
Yeah, both your players in front of the execute have gone down without anything, without any kind of success whatsoever. So really the round just falls apart. And Zelix can't find anything on the flank. So that's it. Pistol round for GamerLegion. They didn't get any on Mirage. So already a great start. Where you lose 11 to 13 without any pistols, that's a conversation you have between the maps, and at least they've got it here.
PR stepping out back into the open again. This time Flammus the victim, so no clean sheet from GamerLegion. They will lose a single player. PR chasing after Telson, only surviving player of MOUZ so far, and we'll see if he is able to keep that. He's getting peppered down, and actually, I don't know how he's done it, but 1 HP. He's managed to survive here, PR, so gets himself into the next round alive. He'll keep the Kevlar, but I think GamerLegion going to be very happy with the way they just pick up the first round victory.
Yeah, taking that pistol. We'll see what kind of a lead this T-side can put on. We mentioned it briefly on Mirage. Both T-halves, offensive halves, on fire in the early going on those halves. So what can GamerLegion do with the pistol round finally in their favor? It is an investment here in round 2 for MOUZ. They got 5 7s. They got a FAMAS on PR.
Well, there's no secret with Snacks-led teams on Ancient. You're going to see a lot of A hits, and that's what we're going to see straight away. So GamerLegion getting in towards A main. You've got a single player, and Spinks waiting inside of the donut. But it's just a standard execution going to be coming up.
Yeah, and without the main force of the defense here with this gamble, it's really not any kind of a reason for the rest of MOUZ to follow up and join over at Spinks' position. Unless he somehow gets you like a triple kill in here, there's no real point in even trying.
Well, just trying to get that bomb down eventually. They're just betting out the final few pieces of utility. Just 1 kill going in favor of that FAMAS.
Oh, bomb's still not down.
Yeah,
now you got another
one. This is a little awkward all of a sudden for GamerLegion.
Awkward's the wrong word. This is not good. This is not good at all for GamerLegion. They're going to try and push forward and fight their way out of this trap, but it's not working. Another one cleaned off, and now the players start moving in donut behind them. There's no room for Hypex and Rez to operate. They've got 40 seconds to figure this out.
I don't even know how GamerLegion have found themselves in this situation, but disaster about to strike, about to be confirmed unless Rez can get some impact out of the donut, and it's nothing. A 5-7 to a headshot. Hypex is in with the Khalil, but they overwhelm him as well. And they don't even get a bomb plant for GamerLegion. That is a dreadful round of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, let's see how this plays out. They do fake plant the bomb, right? They tap it inside smoke to bait out and see if there was going to be any kind of a nade stack to destroy the planter. That doesn't come in, but after that, it just gets... They never actually find the comfort to try and put it back down again, but when you're starting to push with the bomb through Temple and trying to fight your escape towards CT spawn, that's when you know you're in an actually just straight up terrible position. And a lost second round for GamerLegion stings.
Oh, making the FAMAS look good, I have to say. That doesn't happen all that often, Jason.
But it's lovely when it does.
It sure is. And also lovely for GamerLegion, who are looking for that quick response. They get about a B hit. Currently 3 players
PR's
looking
dead.
to defend, and PR is actually storming into the trap that Snacks has laid for him, just about getting away with it there with the Tech 9, looking for a second as he unleashes himself forward into the bomb site. But Talson this time has come through with a Tech 9 kill of his own, and it's back and forth we go. Kill after kill being traded out, and that smoke has limped forward. There's a massive gap for Torsi to work with. It's given him actually a new position to play with, so he's going to be very happy about that kill on Flammus, and that's also the bomb having to be dropped back into the site and committed to right now. But a 2v3 post plant, rifle picked up, hard to see this one going GamerLegion's way.
You're not out of it just yet. Crossfire set up. Smoke towards cave. Gonna block that off, but it's bomb site and top ramp where Rez lies. Oh, there was the opportunity. Oh, the trades from Torji. And he bails them out with a sigh of relief.
Yeah, that is a fantastic round from Torres. He gets himself 4 kills in this one, and great trading. Very effective. I mean, this round is... None of the rounds really have been, other than the pistol, have been comfortable for anybody. It's super back and forward.
Put it this way, like Snacks in his brain has put like a little, leaf in that page of the playbook of those B attacks, because on the pistol round and on this one, they've gotten in with some advantages. They've gotten pretty clean openings to get in. This one, a nice find. PR caught snoozing. You go 1 for 1 on exertion. So in a round like this, you're saying, okay, well, we got everything we wanted. We didn't have the weapons to finish it off. So that's something that is Snacks, again, just like Mirage in the A defense, he's going to find some time to come back to it later on in the half.
I'll just pop it forward. Here they come over the top of the ledge. Spink's going to try and back off into the donut. And you've got Snacks as Deagle that's taking the opening kill. Knives are out. Another one. That's knife on both maps so far played from Snacks. It's a great statistic to be wrapping up. But we've got Torzi waiting now as the last-ditch response. The hope and dreams of MOUZ on this defense. The spray away on the M4 is very good. He gets 2.
I like
Exertion next.
Yeah, Exertion has to find this, and he will. Meanwhile, there's one more over here at the A. Bomb site out of tempo, couldn't find the timing. PR plays fast, and that leaves Exertion alone. 1v2. No kid. Perhaps one to find inside the bomb site. Smoke flash to utilize, but he's so far away, and if he's not given a gift...
Yeah, it doesn't look like this is happening, but that might just be the gift there. Didn't take it. Kit is down, thanks to the observing team for catching that one. Smoke will dribble out, but can't make much happen. And that's going to be Flammus to the headshot. Exertion dead. And a 2-2 scoreline as we are really going back and forth. But the CT Money isn't a big fan of this constant damage being done. So you're not going to see a great buy coming out of MOUZ, but certainly
Money aside, MOUZ itself on defense just looks shaky.
Yeah.
Even against low buys, right? Like this... Even against just like Tech 9 buys, Deagle buys, picked off in this round over in middle, mid defender jumping in towards Donut, not ready for the fight up towards the jump up. You're just getting caught off guard, and so many of these rounds early on Ancient.
All right, Snacks really trying to get into that B site, but held at bay by their own flames at the moment. Nelson just looking to play in behind it, but they've got so much control, so much space towards the initial areas of this B bomb site that they're going to feel pretty good about just pausing for a second and executing him for the finish.
Yeah, Torji's going to need to pass off that M4 to Exertion. 7 HP playing inside the bomb site. Double nade on the default spot. Not sure how Towson spam didn't clean him up. But GamerLegion isn't being shy about this. They want to commit to this bomb site. It's just a matter of letting the clock run down, let this defense use their nades, make them nervous, soften them up, and come in for the close later on, and that's a great find. 5-on-4 now in the round.
Ready to try and finish on this B side now. I mean, you don't really have any tools for the job here for your MOUZ. And even what you have is just about to be ripped out of your hands by Flammus. He steps out of the cave. Good shot from Torsi, but he's got no teammates. He's got no help. He actually got a second out of that somehow.
Hey, this is doable. Look at the HP on Towson. Spink's just a stray bullet can mop him up after that bomb gets planted. Smoke in his face, unfortunately.
That's the issue as well. Snacks being in the cave. 1 player, now 2, backing off towards ramp. I think that window of opportunity is shutting in the face of Spinks here. He has no kit, no utility.
Yeah, and if he doesn't get a look, if he doesn't get like a jiggle, if he doesn't get anything, now's the decision to back away and save. And with that decision, GamerLegion is going to take the lead at 3. They've ripped all the money out of the hands of this MOUZ defense, so a save incoming next for the CT side. Maybe a force up of some pistols. But with this kind of a victory, GamerLegion take the momentum, the lead. They have the hold on this map in the next 3 rounds.
All right, fist bumps coming in. Trying to stay positive here from MOUZ, but I mean, it's not really what I should talk about at the moment for this defense. It's been very shaky indeed.
It just feels like it feels like every attack they've held on to, there's been like a moment where it feels like it's going to crumble. Haven't seen that rock solid defense just yet. And MOUZ gonna have to play around back with weaker weapons. 3 USPs, the 5.7 on Torji, the saved M4 on Spinks.
I mean, we can focus on some of the weaknesses, but also I think we can look at the strength of GamerLegion, the fact they were able to not let that one for mass round against them rattle them for the rest of the half here. They've been able to immediately just keep that persistent T side up. Snacks needs to be careful. He has a sense that they might be being pushed here, and he's going to pull out his AK at the perfect time. Spinks and Torzi both walking in towards him, and that is going to draw all the B defenders away, and you'll see the execution now arrive, or the one smoke arrive from GamerLegion as they move into the empty site.
So a 2-round lead now, and MOUZ gonna have to recover. I have to imagine that we're gonna get a timeout from Cyclone after this round, just as they're about to pick the weapons back up. You could see a small mission here from Exertion, Zelix, and even PR joining up with them. They want to try and recover this one saved rifle that Spinks had. And Snacks knows this, so he will take it a little bit further away from their grip.
Yeah, just taking all the final puzzle pieces away as that bomb is about to blast off. That'll be a 4th round win here for GamerLegion on the T side of Ancient. We're going to see enough money to buy up. There's going to be no AWP yet for Torzi. Be absent from his choice weapon. And that'll end up being the first time out here for MOUZ, trying to get things on the same page coming into this gun round.
Well, it's got to be a really big conversation. This defense has a lot of holes in it at the moment. A defense has been shaky. B defense has been ran over a number of times. Haven't had to see a whole lot over in middle. Haven't had to see Torji with the AWP just yet. Snacks has been able to keep things relatively simple with some of the monetary advantages. But for Cyclone and MOUZ, it's time to wake up on that side of the server. They're down 2-4. And GamerLegion looking to blow this half wide open. It's their map pick, and they're looking to even up the series at a map apiece.
Haven't been a huge amount of mid-play so far from this T side. It's going to change now as Flammers gets out middle. 3 players detected, but it's a bit of a ruse because again, it's GamerLegion trying to thrust themselves into the A bomb site. Snacks loves an A play, and we're getting to see that on display right now. Spinks coming in to shut it down though. A good double kill out of Spinks. Next layer is Torzu, spots out Towson, but couldn't take him away, and Rez cancelled out. So you've got the information of the last 2 GamerLegion players.
All right, well, Towson's going to have to back away. The only chance at winning this round is getting the bomb out safely and being able to move around the map. So at least that job is done. Him and Rez, though, still so far back and so far away from anything. A minute left on the clock here in the rounds. And MOUZ got to be thinking, too. On some level, you feel like this round is kind of secure, is going to be leaning in your way at the end of the day, but you want to do it without losing a whole lot of weapons. You want to start growing that money, so preserving life is equally as important.
Jump up, creeper on the ledge. See if you can drop some nades on Torzi's head and make his life a whole lot less comfortable, but he'll go into the open actually perfectly because he commits in front of the utility.
It's because he's trying to commit to set up to pair up with this flank. Now, thankfully, this flank is going to catch the bomb, which means Rez will have to come back, which he's going to be wide open for a double swing.
Yeah, it has to be good discipline from PR not to extend into the open. Give him a shot at this, and he's just going to take that 1v1 fight and win it.
Well, there's MOUZ back to the winning ways. 3 players survive, 4-3. And maybe that's the moment that we had on Mirage. The one win here from MOUZ, they snap into place and just rattle it off.
It was nice seeing you, GamerLegion. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see.
One of the first few moments we've seen a team try and attack and a team try and defend heavily over in middle to get that clash coming out of elbow. This time securely won by MOUZ, and now they get a few more bells and whistles in their pocket. Nades, Molotovs all replenished.
Well, because you've established that you like to go A, They're going to send a fake into the A bomb site immediately while the bomb waits outside of the B site itself. Now, Flamus has pushed up all the way into a CT spawn. And if you want a soldier, this is the guy who will get into the dirty positions and push up towards CT.
They're about to know it's a fake when that clears. Zelix is ready for... Oh, he just looks
God,
away!
The timing as he looks away. Now the bomb spotted. And PR is so ready. He's so ready for this call. And it's going to be the first, the second, but not quite the third. Towson will respond towards him, but Torzi has been lying in wait. A 2v2. Snacks has died across the map. Torzi into the open. Towson sent packing as well. It's a cool call. It just doesn't pan out. PR stops it in its tracks.
Not having any defenders in that A bomb site was lovely for MOUZ. That's what allowed them to read the situation. That bomb site was taken so quickly, so aggressively. They heard the scaling, they heard the footsteps, but never a bomb plant. So immediately knew something was up. Zelix's mind might have been taken away from the fact that this was a fake, but PR, the real hero inside that bomb site, really good recovery for MOUZ, not getting caught out by the trickery from Snacks and GamerLegion.
Now, frustration creeping in here for GamerLegion. It comes back to that point, Jason, that question you posed in the last round. Is that the round that MOUZ needed to start taking control of this game? Well, they've reset the money of GamerLegion. They've put them down to weak weapons. They will take the lead of the game here. 5-4 is just around the corner, it feels like.
With the man advantage and with the Deagles ringing out, you could see MOUZ. They don't want to play close up in the bomb site against the Tech 9s. Close up in cave against Tech 9s. Play a little bit further back against these pistols. Let your Opera come over and make the job easier.
Snacks just scaling up into the side. PR spraying away Exertion, getting two, but overwhelmed as Towson now has an AK. A minute left. Tough to see it, but we'll give him a chance here, Towson. And he goes out into the open, and Torzi will deny even a glimmer of hope. So 5-4 is the lead here for MOUZ, but the money is now returning to the banks of GamerLegion.
And maybe that
timeout.
That might not even matter. Again, just you touched on it. Maybe that is the moment. Maybe MOUZ, just like on Mirage, are just going to say no more T rounds for you and just go on a bit of a streak here. 3 rounds remain in this opening half. MOUZ nursing this lead at the moment. Zelix sitting down at 1 kill, 6 deaths. Torji 10 kills. Zelix, we saw previously over at the A bomb site, had a tough time on Mirage anchoring the A bomb site. Getting beat up a little bit here, so a lot of learning experiences for the newest player of MOUZ. And how deep can Snacks dig into the playbook of GamerLegion to try and close this map out? Bring us to a third decider.
GamerLegion, let's see what kind of core they've got available. It's going to be 4 AKs, 1 Khalil. Again, we're not seeing that classic mid-brawl all that often, but a lot more pressure being sent that way this time. It's going out. Good headshot from Flamus. Exertion to trade his 2nd kill. He's going to be very happy about that. It was the last bullet coming out of his M4.
Smoke's about to fade. Zelix,
get away. Oh, it's not a good move, is it? Managed to get to safety at least. He gets away with one there.
Yeah, it has some information if you want to put a positive spin on it. But brought very, very low and kind of negated for any late round situation MOUZ might find themselves in. So wanting to keep a bit of intel. And you've got one player still over in middle.
As the final execution being set up here for GamerLegion, the decision to try and get into this B site, but feels like MOUZ have the right read. 3 players over towards B. None of them in great positions, though. They're going to have to respect the utility and allow this bomb to get planted, but they've got some util of their own to make that bomb plant a little bit more difficult, and then they send themselves forward with the flashbangs. Rez has taken PR down, and he'll drop back into the site.
Ooh, bomb hasn't been planted yet, though. It's still dropped out in the open. This smoke is about to fade as Exertion creeps a little bit closer.
Rez
looking for the bomb planter. Oh, gets the dink. Snacks is red now. Torji comes over. HP doesn't matter with the op, but it does with the Molotov.
Okay, sends that molly in towards. That's going to force right into the open. You got to land that one if you're Torzi. And now this round becomes difficult, but he's picked up the M4. Rez just hearing those steps, trying to run away from his opponent, gets around the corner. Torzi doesn't have the smoke to pressure that defusal. So Torsi slips into the site. Rez has already got a better position, but it's not exactly planted for Rez, and they could come out. They could line up. Torsi gets onto it. He's going to stick it. Rez is going the wrong way, and Torsi's going to win it. Torsi has made the right play. Great position to defuse, and that is going to be gut-wrenching for GamerLegion to let that one slide.
Yeah, at some point during the ring around the Rosie, Rez and Snacks had to fight together without the HP. Both of them are trying to play to survive. Both of them are just trying to live a little bit longer, use that bomb as a timer, but man, putting yourself completely out of position to stop the defuse, that's a round that slips away from GamerLegion.
That's crazy, the way Torsi wins this clutch. I think when he misses that deagle shot, Rez has outplayed him by getting into a strong position. Look at that.
They never double peaked. They never made the decision. They never had the calm of saying, no one, maybe no one dead said, hey, you're both red. Never made the decision to fight that clutch together.
And you can see with the reaction down the line, how they all realize that's such a frustrating round loss to take. What they've gotten away with one there as well, MOUZ, but great, fantastic to see the 6-4 scoreline start to build for MOUZ, and really, you've got them on the ropes economically again here for GamerLegion.
Yeah, if you can just get over that hump. Round 11 is coming in, 6-4. Galil's and AK-47s for the GamerLegion attack. 2 rounds remaining in this opening half as they look to tie things up on the T side of Ancient.
Early utility dropping into the B lane. Nade's gonna go forward towards Exertion, actually blows back. Oh, it's a disaster there for GamerLegion. That grenade slows them, it takes some damage down, it creates confusion. And Exertion's able to come out on top of the fight. Snack sends himself forward inside of the cave, and look at that timing for Torsi just to fall back.
Yeah, really good timing. Okay. Spinks on the push, able to grab the headshot. Is gonna want to back away and preserve his life. But will he? He fakes it, gives the footsteps. Yeah, he knows it's there. And Spinks wants one more.
Oh, I can't get the fight, though. That's such an important fight for Hypex to collect.
Yeah, but that's why I was thinking he might fall back. Look at what this does to the defense. How do you read exactly how this map is playing out? I don't think they ever even sense the amount of pressure Flammus put towards Red Room. They might not realize one's already in Donut. There's a lot of real estate gained for GamerLegion in this round.
Hypex, timing just allows Zelex to get ever closer. Hypex is going to get the up on him, though. Zelex can't win that challenge. Bomb only has really one option, is to try and get over towards that A site, and Flammus is about to help him out by clearing it early on.
Torji, he could be posted up in CT spawn. Timing is everything. He's almost there. Hypex about to turn the corner. Thankfully, there's a smoke, but that'll tell Torji exactly what's coming. And now he can move in towards Temple.
Now he can wait on his teammate, PR, to make the rotation over. Currently, they don't have a kit available on the 2 players here. Some util available for PR. Or is he creeping out, gaining more and more control? And that's a great shot down the donut line. So it's just Flammus left inside a donut, worried about the mid flank.
Look at PR. He's got smoke, Molotov, and flash, and now they know. Now they know exactly where he is, so all the utility can be put into place.
Yep. Toss it into the donut, keep him further back. Get the smoke onto the bomb, but Torsi's dead in the open. Flammus can win this. It's a tap on the defuse. He hasn't got a kit. He has to stick it. He had to get on it, and he has no time. Oh my god, another round being thrown away, this time by MOUZ.
And that's what you touched upon, where they have the economy at a breaking point. They couldn't bring everything into this round they wanted because of how close the previous one was. Missing the kit, which was the exact ingredient you needed.
Oh, Torsi is going to be so frustrated. He does so well to get that first pick, but then gets caught in the open.
It's always a fun conversation as well. How do you play the utility in that kind of a situation? They chose to throw the Molotov deep in the smoke on the bomb. Do you throw the smoke perhaps deep and maybe make it tougher for him to grab the angle? Torji steps forward into a more open position. He's punished for it.
I think in hindsight, they would look at that situation and choose to smoke the donut.
You know, in hindsight, that might just be the game giving him one back for the clutch that Torji won previously. Both teams given a bit of a gift.
Right, well, we had a 6-6 half on Mirage that resulted in us going the distance. All the rounds required in regulation. Exertion wants that one extra round picked up here. He wants to go into a 7-5 lead. Zelex and PR making sure that's going to happen. Domination from MOUZ in the final round of the half. 7-5 lead.
And closing the half on a 5-1 run as well. It was that eventuality we saw in the first map of the CT side taking a little bit of time to figure out how this game is being played, a little bit of time to build up the economy that they need, and then just off to the races.
Pretty quick half as well. I think the style of play was pretty pacey. 24 minutes it took throughout that first half.
A lot of aggression from both of these teams. We'll see what kind of T-side exertion is going to call for MOUZ. Mirage was a little bit more slow and calculated from the MOUZ side of things. But I mean, a good TF called on Mirage, so he's already got the offense in a good place. PR's got 14, Torji's got 12, Exertion himself with 11. So again, you have production with some big pieces of this MOUZ team, so plenty of tools playing well for Exertion to utilize.
Yeah, plenty of utility coming into this pistol for MOUZ. Exertion carrying a Molotov and a smoke towards with one of his own and a flash. So execution going to be the call for MOUZ. Currently empty as the two players who were on the CT side towards A have moved into middle, looking to challenge Exertion first. Ooh. And that is a clean opening from Flammers.
I don't think Exertion saw that coming. I didn't see it coming. Utilities up. We're crossing Donut. Rez just gives up the position, feels the aggression coming his way. Bomb can get planted safe. Oh, no, I don't know about that one. They're going to come through the smoke, and will they stop it? No, they can't stop the plant. In fact, they lose players in the effort.
Yeah, PR with 2, but Hypex and Rez have got those back immediately, leaving Spinks on 11 HP. So GamerLegion, good Molotov, get on the defuse. Can't let this one slide. So MOUZ will have to concede the pistol. With the bomb plant, they'll get a good force buy coming up in the next round, but it does close the gap immediately to just one round again.
Yeah, really quick, aggressive, assertive reactions from GamerLegion on this pistol. Both pistols now fall in their favor on this second map, which is what they didn't have either of them on Mirage. See if that maybe changes the way this actually closes out. MOUZ with that bomb plant look like they're investing some cash here. Spinks is going to grab a Galil. Tech9's being upgraded, another Galil on PR, so MOUZ is going to just fight for this round straight up to win it. They won the second round in the first half.
Couple players getting out through the elbow smoke here for MOUZ. Gonna try and move up, take as much space as they can. They're not being spotted just yet. This might be a bit of a surprise for Ruz, but he is jiggling. Spotted him, he'll drop utility. Doesn't know numbers, but certainly knows there's one.
No one's in red room at the moment. Hypex is shifting over, so there's some room to work with. And now that that Molotov is in place and GamerLegion spot that out, they got to be really concerned about red room in the middle of the map for the rest of this round. MOUZ is really, really selling them right now. This is tough to read if you're GamerLegion. They're going to work up some courage and re-clear middle. Flam is spotting absolutely nothing.
The mid-play PR to send some bullets up into red room. Towson to try and drop them as they come up towards his FAMAS. It's 2 straight away, slowing this attack, weakening it, taking the sting out of it perhaps, and Snacks is there for 2 of his own. Good wallbang from PR, but that's a great combination between Snacks and Towson.
He can win this.
Certainly can. This would be a stellar moment as well. Big clutch in your new jersey against your old team. In the open, and PR had to fight 2 players, couldn't take any of them down. And that'll be Hypex to make sure it is 7-7. We're all tied up.
Huge risk for Hypex stepping in front of that Molotov like that, but obviously plays out very well for him. Never expected with that Molotov in place. You're right. GamerLegion able to sustain and outlast in that 14th round. Good hold from Towson. Good hold from Snacks on the follow-up. The timing on this attack was almost there. Lovely work from the B anchor, holding onto that smoke and making the right call on how to play the situation.
Oh, PR so patient, but no one from GamerLegion giving him a chance here. He's going to flash in, pop, and go. P250, second dink, second kill. Tech9 this time. Snacks has to save them. And save them he shall. That's 3 out of Snacks. Tech9 still going though. Torzy tapping away. Oh no. It's got to be Snax. He's got to ace this. Hypex's hands rush to his face in disappointment and disbelief as that bomb is scooped up and it sprints its way towards the A site.
That's a nasty hit. Just one flash peek. The P250 scaling up. Beautiful entry. Bomb going down, but Snax has made the right call and he made it quick. This is a faster flank than I think they'll expect, but Torzy spots it out. Quad kill in the round from Torzy. And yet again, MOUZ steal another low-buy round away.
That's one of those bitter tastes in your mouth moments.
Look at the economy when we get back into game. This has been just a full-blown 180 on the map. GamerLegion have to call a timeout.
P250 up for Snax. You think he's recovered it? He's recovered the mess, all right. He'll do it himself. He gets 3, but Torzy just kept cutting forward. The Tech9 got way too much done in this round.
I love the decision as well to focus on the supportive elements coming from CT spawn rather than worrying about Snax over in cave. He's hunkered down. He's a hard player to clear out in that kind of a situation. Attack the players coming in who have no clue what's going on. And MOUZ find the release valve. That's a complete swing. It goes from MOUZ with no money in a bad place to GamerLegion now down a round with no cash. They got to force up everything they can.
And a timeout straight away for GamerLegion. That is the kind of round that can destroy team morale. Destroy your chances of staying alive here at the Esports World Cup.
And same at Mirage as well, where it was that kind of late run for MOUZ when they snapped in that just brought them too far ahead for GamerLegion to recover. It's happening at a moment now where that very same eventuality can come. MOUZ win this, go up 9-7, then you have to save, they're up 10-7, and then it just feels like you don't have a whole lot of chances to get back in. But that all relies on MOUZ winning this round.
GamerLegion can be dangerous in these kind of rounds with an M4, MP9, couple of pistols. Especially with a stack towards the B-bomb side, but MOUZ currently seem to be going at it quite methodically, and also the main pack with the bomb is in middle. There really shouldn't be too many issues here in handling business.
It's all up to Spinks and how aggressively he wants to take this. Does he let his teammates move first before he moves in? How diligent will he be on the clears? They know more than likely this is going to be a low-buy round, a weaker round, so you have to expect a little bit of trickery.
Move in. Rez is the only player towards A. And look how tentative Spinks is about this. It is actually going to cost him in the end as he tried to back away even further and change his position just as Rez moved into the open. But they've got the information on Rez.
Looked like GamerLegion was coming over for this for a moment there. Good find from Zelix.
That just cancels any trade, doesn't it?
That's it. You're exactly right. I was just wondering if the rest of the players are going to go towards Donut and actually try and make this happen, pairing up with Rez. They're going to wrap around and try and pick up the AK-47. They'll succeed there. And perhaps fight for that last rifle that's dropped in A main.
Off 9-7, extending that lead further now, MOUZ. GamerLegion trying to get away with something, scavenging an extra rifle.
It's actually an awesome find out of them. So, I mean, that whole thing where I said it'd be 9-7, then you'd have to save. Well, they get out of here with 2 rifles and this MP9 on Hypex. So, more danger in this round than there was in the previous for GamerLegion. But Exertion still has this MOUZ team marching towards a map and series victory.
Trying to come out middle. Finally a standard ancient mid-fight where you brawl and you biff here at the elbow. And Zelix is coming out on top of the first fight, but it's PR, the release valve coming forward. And the PR department now has shifted to MOUZ. Exertion's got the headshot. 10-7 for MOUZ. This is starting to become very scary for GamerLegion as they start to stare down the barrel of elimination here at the Esports World Cup.
Yeah, great round from PR. Scaling towards middle with some urgency as he hears the battles going out. He sees a teammate go down. Got to be a little bit cautious. Scaling past Cave and Jaguar peeking in, but once he gets here, the Wrecking Ball triple kill. And that's MOUZ on double digits and GamerLegion to buy up again. 2 FAMAS MP9 and M4s. But again, the runway's getting shorter and shorter with every round played.
trying to dig deep and make this the turning point. GamerLegion have Rez focused. Trying to get up in towards the B lane. He's got Snacks beside him. Rely upon Rez's sharp and diligent rifling to try and get them an important kill in mid here. Snacks has had a number of important multi-kills.
I don't think MOUZ want to do anything with this mid while this utility's up. They've been very, very smart and intelligent about staying far back until, well, until I start saying that, in which case Alex wants to cheat behind the smoke. Meanwhile, the play towards the B bomb site coming in.
Yeah, but the bomb is all the way back at elbow, but yeah, they're moving up regardless, trying
Spinks
to get
will be picking that up.
There's a quick kill from Exertion. Snacks has no idea they're going to be that close, and then the X Factor strikes as Towson is also taken down. Really sharp shooting out of Exertion. Rez coming through the smoke, trying to be the savior. He can't do it, so you have to save, you have to back away. And we're looking at 11-7. Fantastic work out of Exertion there.
MOUZ is getting a lot of liberties against GamerLegion right now, though. There's not going to be a whole lot of teams that are going to let you sit camped out at the top of that B ramp, you know, at those stairs, just paused, waiting for the move inside the bomb site. Getting a lot of breathing room on this T side to be able to execute these plans and ideas, but fair play, it's looking really good at the moment for him. Exertion just a beast in this round with both entries.
And Porte trying to take away another weapon. Wasn't too far away from the chance. Yeah, are starting to move through A main a little bit slower here from PR and Exertion. Not looking like they're going to find their opponents, but ends up being an 11th round victory for MOUZ. And PR, it'd be kind of a disaster to go up against your former team for the first time and lose when it feels like you made an upward move.
Sure.
So he's making sure he's putting in a performance that is going to guarantee a good result here. 20-11 at the moment for a PR.
Yeah, he's clocking it too. Well, they're going to need him throughout this playoff run. They're going to need him in the next match if they continue and qualify through to the quarterfinals. They'll be playing Foot in that matchup. Been a bit of a rivalry this year, but Foot's won the last two engagements, best of threes, both at the Major in Cologne and back at Pro League.
Yeah, and I mean, Zelix is, if the victory just comes through today, I think he's going to be relieved. I mean, he's going to be feeling like he's had a tough day at the office here. He's going to have to step up going into that game against Foot if they want revenge, if they want to get a victory in that rematch.
Well, if there's anyone who can help him bounce back and recover from a tough match, it'll be the other guys in the team that were equally promoted from the Academy squad at one point in time in their history.
Yeah, and Psycho and the coach who is involved in the promotion of each and every one of them.
Oh, this is crazy,
This
though.
is a play from Zelix, the man we were just mentioning. Well, he's got him behind. He's got in behind enemy lines, and this could be the moment. He finished strong, remember, on Mirage. He's looking to do the same again here on Ancient.
It's so tense, though. He's so worried he's going to get peeked throughout all this. Oh, no!
He will get peeked. Flamis just runs him down. Zelix had the round in the palm of his hand, but it's gone to the wayside, and immediately MOUZ have to try and figure out another solution.
Yeah, and I think it's really unfortunate. You can see MOUZ completely out of utility at this stage. If they'd had nades and Zelix is calling his position, they're tracking it, they're throwing utility while he's walking behind Cube. They're being a distraction. They're making sure the defenders are looking forward instead of backwards. That is a round-winning move that just takes so long to develop, and unfortunately he gets caught at the last second.
A spray away from Snacks. And just PR having to back away, save the AK, and that's such an important round for GamerLegion. They're still in this fight. Man, you're gonna feel bad for Zelix, don't you? It just feels like nothing can go right for him.
Well, because you were lining it up, you were setting it up perfectly with kind of the quiet series that he's had so far. Some really tough moments. He's been targeted a little bit back on Mirage. You know, and it's always about with the younger players. It's like you're gonna have these crappy games where it feels like you're doing everything wrong. It feels like nothing can go right. But you always have that moment where you can still have impact, and it felt like that could have been the moment for Zelix. Young man will have to take a deep breath and get right back on the saddle. Round 20, 11-8, 3-round lead for MOUZ still.
He hit the recline button, but I'm sure he wants the rewind button because that was a fantastic chance. But we got Torsi trying to back away. And he's got the bomb, Jason. This could be a problem. Yep, bomb down, spill to the floor, smoke's blasting open inside of the B lane. And MOUZ are down a player and a lot of health here on Exertion.
Okay, seeing a little bit of life, not only just life, but also fight in this GamerLegion side. Wanted to dictate some of the action from the CT side. Lovely little piece of aggression to put MOUZ on the back foot early on in this round. 3 versus 4.
Exertion going to try and get into the smoke, play the fade of it. Snacks on the other side. So ready. Zelix, good kill. Flamus taken down, and so that is going to draw some attention elsewhere from Snacks.
And now they give a little bit of breathing room into the round. Pump the brakes, slow it down, make it feel like you can maneuver around the map, like you might go elsewhere.
Zelix challenging, but not feeling like that fight is winnable for him, so he takes a breather, he backs off. In the meantime, Snacks is reset, and he's going to be going down the B ramp, but Exertion has been waiting for this all round long, and he's got it. First bullet was a miss, but still gets the headshot. Surviving on just 2 HP. Now pressure applied towards Hypex with utility. MOUZ looking for series point. GamerLegion desperately trying to cling on. Grenades keep flying towards Hypex, but they haven't cancelled him out of this round just yet.
They're waiting for Spinks to get here to peek from Cave so they can double peek for the cross, but it's dangerous. The reposition, the bomb has to get there now.
And the low HP player as well. Exertion is so low on health, but Hypex has just moved away as Spinks has moved into the bomb site. The bomb will move forward to the site.
Oh, wrong place.
That's going to cost him.
Oh,
That's going to cost him his life. 5 seconds left. There's not enough time. He's won it. Hypex with the Molotov and the headshot. And that one slips away from MOUZ in the dying seconds of the round. And after the time as well, Zelix just can't catch a break. $650. Oh, it's disastrous right at the end there for MOUZ.
Yeah, that's painful. They fought really hard to get back into that round from the 3-on-3, and I think they played that 3-on-3 pretty damn well, but having that Molotov, the ultimate checkmate. 11-9 in a timeout because, yeah, a round like that is going to feel real depressing when it closes out. Zelix goes down after a time.
Well, over Mirage, it was GamerLegion who looked like they were going to guarantee themselves the opening map win. And slowly but surely, MOUZ found a way to weasel their way back into it and take it in regulation. It could be the opposite story here.
Yeah, late push right now from GamerLegion. It's starting to look really good. The dynamic push down the B ramp, getting aggressive, not letting MOUZ be comfortable. And to that play right there, essentially the 1v3 win from Hypex.
Zelix dying after the time as well. He's got to play with the Tech 9. His teammates don't have enough to drop him a better weapon. So some holes in this attack here for MOUZ already. What kind of calling can Exertion pull out when it gets this tough? Grenade right on top of PR. Down to 45 HP.
Looks like they're really trying to bully this B bomb site quite a bit down the stretch. Couple contact plays sneaking towards the top of it. Maybe they sense some weakness. But all this pressure and attention has allowed Spinks to slide in towards the red room. It's Flamus who has to handle this.
Yeah, Flamus has been really good though. You're catching these moves. He caught the Zelix flank and unfortunately not going to be able to best Spinks in this engagement. So opening kill for MOUZ. Snack steps forward. He loves to play in the smokes. It's his bread and butter. It's his signature move, but he's not alone. He's got Talson right with him, so the trade should be guaranteed at least. And good quick headshot. Trade does come through from Talson. Bombs moving in though, as a threesome, as a unit, into the site.
Oh,
a good
damn.
shot from Torzy through the side of the boards as he'll sideline Talson and put Hypex in the 1v3. This is one he will not win though. He's on the other side of the map, and that's series point for MOUZ.
I kind of hate the bomb carrier taking that fight, but I'm not going to mess with that shot from Torzy.
No, he doesn't even step into harm's way. He doesn't go around the corner. You just shoot through it.
That's really, really nasty. Good hit from MOUZ, and I think GamerLegion getting caught playing some trickiness with that smoke fade, doubled up over in Cave, and as soon as MOUZ sees that there's 2 defenders there, it's an easy call to slide into the B bomb site. 12-9. 3 opportunities for MOUZ to eliminate GamerLegion here in regulation. 20 kills on PR against his former team. 19 on Torji. And 18 on Exertion.
This is the important headshot that comes in there. And that is disgusting.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do?
I guess that just has to be a reaction when that happens to you.
That's all you got. Well, once more, round 22. Potentially the final round of this series. MOUZ sending forces once again towards this B bomb site, but Towson's gonna put him down at the start.
Well, Snacks goes into the open. It's going to be Towson right there with him. And it actually ends up being an advantage for GamerLegion in the initial fights. 4v3. Is that going to be enough to withstand, to prolong play a little bit further?
Towson and Hypex have no utility at this B bomb site. That might be the scariest part about this defense, is the sheer amount of time Towson's going to have to play without the ability to stop the attack and plug the choke point.
Towson moves forward towards the jumping around, and Towson gets his revenge from that BS shot in the last round. So
yeah, a little bit.
I think everybody's kind of happy. Flamus around the back though.
Happy's a strong word.
Yeah, true. Spinks isn't going to be happy though, Jason. Not one bit. Not about this.
PR's been letting him play, but he's the last one left. He'll slide into the crosshair of the op, and Hypex nails that. They hit double digits, GamerLegion. It's 10-12.
Ugh.
And money is an issue for MOUZ, so this is likely going to go the distance. I have to imagine MOUZ.
Just eco.
You save here, right?
Just eco.
Well, PR's already bought an AK-47.
You can sell it back. Oh, they're buying. They're going all in, Jason. I kind of respect it when you go all in, though.
I think their argument would be that the buy in the next round wouldn't be significantly better, so why not just go for it, double up on the forces?
All right, well, this could be it then. MOUZ playing with their lead in regulation.
They've done really good in these scrappy rounds. They did win a low econ round earlier in this half, though, and some of these rounds with Tech-9s and low utility, when they go quiet, when they go contact, they've been able to get a lot of ground.
Tech-9s have been good, but not this time against Towson. Not going to finish him off, but emboldened by the fact they've got overtime confirmed. They're going to be charging with these weaker weapons through the donut, but Rez has handled business. Flamus steps up next, and two players targeted in the donut. It's got to be PR. It's got to be PR. He can knock his former team out of the competition, but Snacks is going to step through the smoke. He's confident to go ahead and take him through. And while that bomb plant might secure just a little bit of extra cash.
Not worth really talking about. Only a $1,900 losing bonus. It's going to be a very similar to buy to what we just saw them come in with. Missing a couple rifles most likely, maybe just the one Galil and utility and Tech-9s, but MOUZ with that force up in the previous round might have opened the door for overtime. GamerLegion fighting right back. 4 of the last 5 in their favor.
Surely they can do it now. Surely GamerLegion get this one into OT. Took every round of regulation on Mirage. It's the same here. An AK for PR. 3 Tech-9s, 1 Galil. And it's got to be something different from MOUZ.
Well, bomb lined up towards the B bomb site for the moment, sitting behind PR. Exertion just joins up as well. Meanwhile, Spinks and Zelix waiting over towards elbow for the utility to fade. That might be their timing to play.
Tension builds with every nade thrown, but Snacks loves to play around utility, and again he gets away with one just to the side of the flames, and that's PR who was carrying the AK.
Been his bread and butter throughout his career.
Absolutely, and well, Hypex is now waiting inside of Donut. He's gonna back off the safety, but Zelix, has he waited to the final hour again to pop off? It's gonna be shut down regardless as Flamus takes a 3K in middle, and Zelix is now left alone. It's got to be an ace clutch, and it just isn't going to happen. So GamerLegion survived. They forced this one into overtime, and we've got the bonus rounds in Paris.
Yeah, well, GamerLegion better bring that attitude to these CT rounds in overtime right out of the gate as well, because at some point, this CT side was looking, sitting back on their heels, letting MOUZ have a lot, giving a lot of the map over to them to execute at will. Towards the end of that half, they finally saw him push down B ramp, get in their face, make the attack really uncomfortable. That's what we need out of GamerLegion more and more. Now, if you're MOUZ on the other side of that coin as we go into overtime, money comes back to flood the coffers. So all those rounds down the stretch, those last 2 rounds, Tech-9s, Galils, light on nades, light on smokes, flashes, nades. Now you got it all. Now you got everything you want. So the playbook opens right back up.
They're not able to find the solutions with the weaker weapons. A couple of big moments from GamerLegion players stepping up with essential multi-kills. And that signature Flamus celebration As GamerLegion secure the bonus rounds here to start once again on the CT side.
22 kills on Flammus for GamerLegion, 21 on Snacks. The incredible performances for GamerLegion.
Yeah, Snacks has been so disruptive to this MOUZ T side. He's just always a nuisance over towards Cave. Zelix is out middle, trying to biff, trying to brawl. He's done a good bit of damage, but hunted down regardless. It's Rez taking 2 away. Exertion trying to force his way forward. He's done well, but scare the other one away and take Rez down.
Okay, Flammus at 2 HP, can clean up later, but look at this peek from Towson. They weren't aware. They weren't ready. It was smoked off. They didn't think it was possible at Exertion. He wants to cut him off, and he's not making any secret of it.
I just feel so confident right now for GamerLegion. Towson's been getting away with those bottom B pushes so often.
These long-time teammates, Torji and Exertion, gonna work this 2 versus 3 together.
There's the backside, there's the kill. Flammus kill, that opens up CT spawn. You can go either direction now. Do you want to go back to the A site, or do you want to try and join up with your teammate that's currently outside of B?
I think this is the right call from Towson. Push forward to join with Snacks and find some safety in numbers, and now you have a new position, a reposition, and you're flanking Exertion, who I cannot imagine reads this.
Round the back.
He will.
He's read it, he's turned, and he has got that headshot. What a turnaround from MOUZ. It is Snacks now 1v2. Incredible individual performance so far from Snacks. He's got a chance for a 1v1, but he's spotted looking the wrong way, and Torzi will sit him down. Immaculate clutch there from MOUZ.
Well, he was looking for Torji with the AWP, who took the shot on the defender way earlier. He did find him at the end of the day. Awkward situation from Torji, who couldn't scope in, but that round's all Exertion, it feels. Really good mid-control for GamerLegion. Just the resources fall away. Torji picks one off. Hypex didn't need to take that loss. But this one, sliding into the gap and working a quiet 2-on-3 to perfection.
Out middle they go. MOUZ accelerating forward. Rez again, good success inside of mid. It's Zelix dead once more.
Yeah, no one swinging aggressively to trade that off as well.
MOUZ having to play a lot of these rounds, 4v5.
Well, Rez in trouble.
Torzi trying to take the arm down, but Rez, he's handling this pressure inside of Donut. Utility's going to go in and heat things up, but he already threw out his cover. He threw the smoke in place so he can change his position up.
Just another round where it feels like MOUZ is just playing from a position of having to recover so much. 3 versus 5 early.
There's only 3 players doing anything for MOUZ at the moment, and it is the 3 alive. Well, Torzi's now gone, so it takes Exertion and PR to try and do the unthinkable. 2v5. Hard to see a world in which this one even gets close. There's a lack of map control and options that MOUZ have available to them. They've got to dig so deep and not take any damage. So first step is a good one. PR's taking Snacks down, only losing 1 HP.
Yeah, no stress. He was in an advanced position, so has a good timing on the scaling. If you're the B defenders, you kind of get a sense of when they'd be moving out of cave. 30 seconds left on the clock, and PR and Exertion are going to end at the A-bomb site. They want to attack into a site that typically has 1 defender on it late in the round. Maybe he's playing retake back in CT spawn. It's Rez who's going to be over in tempo with no HP, so won't be an aggressive force. But without any utility in the post plant, this is going to be a very hard retake, or a very hard hold, I should say.
Yeah, well, that bomb gets planted. A 2v5. Remember, this is what we started with. Let's see if MOUZ can actually pull this off. It would be ridiculous. Back-to-back comebacks coming from these MOUZ players. This time, Exertion and PR trying to group up. It's just Exertion left alone. Exerting a great amount of effort trying to win this one, but it's not going to be enough. He shall fall to Hypex's AWP, and GamerLegion once again tie us up.
All right, 13-13. Good retake from GamerLegion sliding over. Not a bad attempt from MOUZ whatsoever. A 3 versus 5 turned into a 2-on-3.
It is scary with how consistent they're able to do that, isn't it?
That's why it's so important to see GamerLegion have those aggressive moves and that willingness to be aggressive early and get some of those kills, is because MOUZ is a more experienced team, as I think the team with some players that has higher ceilings. I feel like they're going to be more dangerous in these 3-on-3 situations, these 2-on-2, these mid-round situations. They're going to have the edge there and moving around the map together. I
just wonder, you know, if Spinks has a good round or Zelix has a good round, is how that changes things here for MOUZ.
Oh, we're in overtime, so I mean, one good round from either of those guys could just straight up win the map at this point. And for MOUZ, if you win in the series,
back down into the mid fight. We got Celex, who again has died in the elbow fight. But the response is going to be a quick pop into the B site here for MOUZ, trying to burst through, but again, 3v5, instant lead to try and recover. This time, it's Torzy who's delivering lethal blows with the sniper.
Yeah, that's wild. Good shooting, Spinks. Oh,
he's going to hear it. Spinks is going to hear it, and yes, he's tracked, he's turned. He's ready for Rez to come up the ramp. Hypex is taking PR out in the meantime, so Spinks had to win that engagement.
Spinks has a Molotov as well for the bomb. There is a smoke on Snacks.
He's not going to use it for the bomb. He looked like he was just about to toss it out.
Oh, he's using it for the bomb. The question is now that the smoke's up as well.
He gets into position. He gets into the smoke. There's another one from Torzy, his third of the round. Why not go for 4? As Hypex steps up into his domain, it is Torzy's chance, but not the kill. Hypex sprints to the site, gets on the defuse, but Spinks comes out to deny with a headshot, and it will be MOUZ heading back into the lead of the game, 14-13.
Damn, that's such a grindy battle. Both these teams put it all out there. This is a lovely back and forth affair between the two squads. Torzy just elevating. Exertion, we've seen moments from him. This round is all Torzy with the ult. Eliminating that, the jump into position, grabbing this one with the quick shot on the cross, and now here. Absolutely perfect. MOUZ take a 1-round lead into their CT side of overtime, and 16 is that winning number.
Oh, jumping down into the cutout in middle. We've got Celex really trying to force the issue. Blinded, completely caught in the open, close to an opening kill, but couldn't get it. Again, losing it to Flammus, who's doubled up. And then Xerxin thought he had finished off his meal, but he hasn't. A disastrous start to the round for MOUZ. Absolute chaos. But GamerLegion thrive in it.
And that's the difference. 10 combined HP in those fights. That last one, I think even thinking you already had the kill secured and starting to look away and starting to think about the second frag you're going to have to get in the sequence. Bomb getting planted. Shouldn't be any chance in this retake, and I'd be surprised even in overtime to see MOUZ go for it, looking to protect and preserve the AWP.
Dude, usually we talk about the mid-fight on Ancient being a 50-50. Right now it just feels like 100% of the time Celex is losing it, and that is just got to feel so deflating for him. Look how close he is to getting that kill. Flammus is on 1 HP, and Celex still loses it. He lost every time coming out on the T side, now on the CT side. Just can't catch a break, and mid's such an important part of the map. If you just even get one of these early advantages going your way for MOUZ, it can be a very different story.
Well, not able to get it just yet. Nice kill to keep the AWP in his hand, to keep him alive, and PR will keep that space. Bomb goes off, bomb goes off, AWP is brought forward, and we're tied at 14. Any change-ups from MOUZ now. Trying to have this aggressive defense down middle, this trap set up to be able to punish with multiple players, but it doesn't work out whatsoever. You get nothing for the 3 defenders you place there. Do you do something similar? Do you go elsewhere?
I'll say, again, an incredible map here from Flammus, and so much impact in that last round. They're sending him out first again into mid. No one dare challenge him until finally he can move through as a unit. Celex again losing it to Flammus. It's just not even a fair fight, but at least Spinks has come there to back him up, and a 4v4, a trade. But here comes the reaction. PR trying to get down the B ramp.
Yeah, they got to hold their nerve though, MOUZ. They've been playing a lot of rounds losing the opening kills on the CT side. Don't make these moves too fast. This is exactly what GamerLegion is looking for with 1 minute and 20 seconds still left on the clock. Hypex and Snacks shift back to join up with Rez over at the B bomb site.
PR's waiting at the ready, shadow spotted. Oh no! Rez just comes around the corner. PR had every advantage, but Rez still wins it.
The shadow is so tantalizing, you just never know when that swing is going to come in. Torzy's got 26 kills, and because of all that success, he's not going to give up this bomb site without a fight. Doesn't fall back to play retake, stands his ground over in Jaguar.
Moving forward.
Missed the timing.
Through the cave,
He's
right
dead.
around the back. Torzy's turn at the right time, but it's a missed shot. Not going to work out for him. Exertion can't double. And the site is taken. Spinks so far away. And this is going to end up being A 15-14 scoreline. GamerLegion have brought this all the way to map point.
Yeah, what an incredible performance. I mean, what, they won 4 of the last 5 rounds in regulation to get us to OT. MOUZ had such a good lead, playing so well. And once again, it's that hot and cold nature of this series so far, it feels, where both teams are having some of these streaks. Right now, MOUZ is going through that tough stretch. Kills not going their way. Some of these sprays not connecting with all the damage they'd like. Timing's not all in their favor. Going to show us what GamerLegion did to force a second overtime here on Ancient if they want to continue fighting and look to close this series out in 2 maps.
Terrorists win.
Well, let's see if MOUZ can do it again. Can they force this one into overtime? 1 round left. Could be a second OT coming away. Or we get a 3rd map. Flamus has just been leveling up. 27 kills, 20 deaths here for Flamus. Let's see if we go again or we go to Nuke.
Oh, look at the emphasis. You could tell MOUZ really want to stop any aggressive mid-play. 3 more players brought in. A little bit of chip damage onto Snacks down the B lane.
But this time Flamus isn't barreling through the smoke, so they don't end up losing anybody for it. They don't even lose a whole lot of health. 4 players on the B site here for MOUZ, and currently Snacks going back to his old classic. It's going to be an A hit.
And I don't think we've seen GamerLegion really put a whole lot of love towards that A bomb site throughout regulation, throughout overtime.
Well, the first half, absolutely. I think in the first few gun rounds there was a lot towards A.
It's been a while.
But you can easily forget about that as the game has gone on.
But this is good timing on this play from MOUZ. Clearing out B lane right now. They encounter no resistance over a door, not even anyone watching for intel, no shots fired whatsoever, no information for GamerLegion. Now they can hustle over. They've hit the perfect timing because GamerLegion leave anyone at B. They have no idea that MOUZ is this far advanced.
Yeah, and this is going to cost them, isn't it? MOUZ getting into the right position at the right time. It comes down to a bloodbath to see if we go to another overtime. It's Torzy that's come out of the temple. And now GamerLegion praying that they're going to find a solution, find a way to take their one chance to close out this map. And it's Towson going forward. Celex finally getting involved alongside PR. And an absolute photo finish here on the A side, but it's Towson doing everything he possibly can for his team. But he's pulled out a nade as that smoke fades away, and Hypex can't save him. Exertion gets us into another overtime. MOUZ do not die yet.
Oh, Exertion, I don't know if he really wanted to take that fight, but realized he had to, standing inside the flames. Man, good call from MOUZ. All the information they gathered and able to get a step ahead of GamerLegion on that exact Torzy. That is the perfect moment to arrive, and a lovely shot to get MOUZ started. It's 15-all. We get right back into it. Up in the hands of Torzy. Mac 10 in the hands of Flamus. He's going to be real aggressive.
All right, he's feeling like he is just unstoppable in these mid-fights, so he sends himself out with a Mac 10. Zelix is coming at him with a better weapon, but this time Zelix has got the headshot. He's got the better of Flamus, but the reaction of GamerLegion is to try and send the rest of the forces towards A, and Torzy has stopped Snacks in his tracks. So now we end up with a 5v3.
And you don't have all the players now to watch the different positions. You can't extend back into A main. You can't push into Donut. You can't put a player over in Temple. You just have to fight from inside the bomb site, and this retake is coming from 4 different positions.
Now this would be a special recovery to the round for GamerLegion. Hypex stepping up into the donut. You've got Spinks, who stayed hidden and peeks out at the right time, so it's just Rez, and he can't resurrect their chances whatsoever. So recovered, and the retake is successful for MOUZ. Back into the lead of the game again.
Yep, 16-15. Great work. The kill over in middle. GamerLegion deciding to switch up to a different tactic. With the Mac 10, they wanted Flamus to aggressively attack towards Donut. And then they wanted to be able to pinch that bomb site with that kind of aggressive maneuver from the Mac 10, but he actually just gets stalled out. Eats a nade, slows down, has to get tucked behind the box. Good find from Zelix. And the op just grabs his shoulder, a glimpse of it.
Well, the early nades going down, layering flames towards the elbow. It is going to allow MOUZ to get there first, but Flammer's coming in. This time taken out. Spinks finding success, and MOUZ finding so much more impact in the mid-fights. Rez and Hypex not done yet, though.
Ooh,
not
smoke.
done yet. As that smoke blows open, it's a missed shot from Torzy.
Yeah, does he want to keep him pinned down, though, is the question. Does he want to maintain that fight? Oh, off angle doesn't work.
That's a big shot from Snacks coming through. Exertion knocked on his ass, and all of a sudden, GamerLegion back in this round.
Yeah, smoke from Hypex lets him get out of the position, but now the flank from PR and over the top, he's obscured for the moment.
The flank is coming around the back. That's the bomb. PR's in the perfect position.
What?
But what is happening? How is Snacks winning these fights? 1 minute left. Torzy now has to clutch because Snacks is hitting another level.
Well, we got MBK on the desk, and I'm looking at him watching some of those shots. He's taken a few of those in his time as well.
Let's throw a little stray over there.
Snacks he doesn't even look like he's ready for those fights. He doesn't even look like he's considering them, but on the other hand, Torzy reads it and misses.
Well, unfortunate, but now the bomb is going to be scooting its way through the red room towards you, trying to get here. He's in the right spot. Gets his pistol on instead, but Hypex wins it on the AK. Oh, these rounds are so tense, but that is a GamerLegion round coming off the back of some Snacks miracle kills.
No, it's just crazy. I even like the play from Torzy, realizing he might be able to cut him off at the pass. These shots from Snacks, it's wild the way the sequence of events. Like, the off angle outside of the B double doors feels like Snacks should never win that. Doesn't look like he's prepared. Snaps over immediate headshot. Then the other one on Exertion. And then he turns the corner where Torzy's got his op scoped in, and Torzy misses the shot. It's just plot armor for days in that round for Snacks to keep GamerLegion going. And a timeout from MOUZ.
Oh, cool Snacks down a little bit, I think. Take that timeout, let Snacks cool down, and figure out why these situations are even happening.
I'll tell you what, I think that's exactly right, just because you started that round out 5-on-3. Remember, Spinks opens up with a double multi-kill, spraying him down, coming through the smoke. You're watching that as the coach, you're watching your team struggle to secure that round, and that's why you're calling the timeout. Frustration in the MOUZ camp is they're having a lot of troubles putting this team away.
Yeah, well, first to 19, both sitting on 16 at the moment, and we're going to see GamerLegion have Towson sprint up the B lane, getting it mollied away. Burns just slightly further. A lot of damage done here to Towson and Flammer. It's not scared to get involved and take utility damage.
They're gonna reaggress?
Yeah, they're actually gonna go. Exertion Unleashed going forward, blinded, spraying. Towson wins it. Snacks gets the burning kill on PR. So 3v5.
Well, that did not go according to plan. Zelix, you are in a lot of trouble. Shadow shows, not ready for that fight.
Oh, Torzy and Spinks. It's a good little pick there from Torzy, but plenty more needed, and he realizes that, so Hypex is just ready to punish on the peak.
Yeah, I mean, Torzy just had to make that play. If he doesn't make that move and try and kind of cross over and get involved, then this is just going to always be an end. A GamerLegion win. Spinks left alone 1v4.
Well, Spinks will come up the speedway, but they know where he's coming from now. He'll send the flash forward. Grenade will land upon him and slow him down in position as well. And they've even got more nades to use up in the dying stages of this round. So 17 for GamerLegion, just a few seconds away. Spinks will go forward, trying to grab a few extra kills, but can't grab that. And it'll end up being a res kill to close things out. A lead for GamerLegion out of the T side.
A nice lead provided by Snacks in that insane round. Flamus is still leading the way with 27 kills, but Snacks is right there with him with 26. Seen a couple freakish performances out of Snacks at this event so far. Came to the Esports World Cup ready to party.
Yeah, well rested after the break and coming out swinging. Sure, he wants to make sure he gets the big win versus his former teammate in PR.
Now, this is where I'd wonder. I feel like in the first overtime we watched MOUZ's T side, it felt like it was starting to get a little bit stale, a little bit one-dimensional. Felt like maybe the ideas were running out. Exertion still new in the role of an IGL, maybe running out of ideas as time goes on. Let's see if there's something they can reinvent, something they can bring back to reinvigorate this offense.
Well, the big problem is that they don't really have mid at their disposal. It just hasn't been an option for them, and
Don't have mid at their disposal yet. Stinko.
Perhaps they can go out there and get it,
Yeah,
Jason.
or if you attack some extremities, right? Like if you hit the bomb sites, have some success early on attacking a bomb site, which they have. Maybe that can free things up later on. Either way, they got to win 3 rounds straight if they want to take the victory in overtime.
Number 2. Initial utility now fading away. Spinks going to be set up for the A main take. Just being methodical, slow, taking over small areas of the map first. Now they'll start to think about mid. So the smoke will go down to the donut. Cover off the vision. Flamus at red though, and the booster is red. Exertion ready for it. Spams down. Red's take it away. Flamus a real challenge. And of course he's going to win it against Celex. But Spinks is there to make sure the trade comes in, and that keeps MOUZ ahead.
You know, and if you're MOUZ, you're going to trade a Zelix for a Flamus any day of the week. Nice trade in middle from Spinks. He'll start sliding into the open space created by the 2 kills there. MOUZ still applying pressure to this B bomb site. There's 40 seconds. An extra player has shifted over for defense.
Yeah, Talson is really impactful again with that rifle, but Spinks is finally activating. He's had such a quiet map, but as we've got into the later stages of this game, that's the bomb, and Torsi's going to win the fight. That was worrying for just a second. 25 seconds left, and that bomb is making a beeline over towards A.
Yeah, that made me a little nervous when he stuck around to come back for the fight. It is going to get planted. Snacks has found his way over towards CT spawn. Can do nothing to stop this for the moment.
You know, I was saying there, Jason, earlier, it felt like this game's been a 3 versus 5 at a certain point. Asked the question, what would happen if Spinks starts to step up? If he has a big round, if he gets a little bit more impact, even Celex, but it's been Spinks who's found some form.
I would tell you this, too, that the lovely thing for Spinks going in his favor, too, is the positions that he plays means that 1 kill has incredible impact. Look out, I mean, this 1 kill he gets over in Red Room wins the game. Not this one on Flamus, the follow-up onto Hypex. That's the release valve. That's the ability for his team to go to the other side of the map, and just 1 kill from Spinks means MOUZ continue fighting and tie things up at 17.
Well, GamerLegion have watched their lead disappear, but they're still tied up 17-17, and they want to force this into a third. They do not want to go home at the Esports World Cup.
And MOUZ is wisely staying away from any aggressive plays in towards middle that didn't work in the last overtime. You touched on it. They recognized it.
They've had to adapt. They've had to change their game at this stage. Questions are, can Exertion find a way to call this team into a win, into the quarterfinals?
I'm interested what the plan is for MOUZ to actually activate this A attack. What are they going to do on this side of the map between PR and between Torchi's AWP?
He's dead. He's in the open. Missed the shot. That's going to be enough. And here comes the reaction. MOUZ to try and get out towards this site. There's no one home, so welcome to the bomb site. Hypex and Flamus now up here, though. Oh, Flamus makes the solo play, makes the hero play, and it's cost him. Hypex, though, gets a free kill on Celex, who just walks in, blindly and confused into the donut, and that is going to cost him his life. And also the advantage. It gives it right back over to GamerLegion.
Keep an eye on PR. Everything is about him and the timing of when he makes his move. He's going to want to try and flank over towards donut. He'll likely get spotted. This is a good job from Snacks to come back and check for this play.
Oh, PR against Snacks. Snacks looking the wrong way, and he still wins it. PR, that is a ridiculous fight to lose. But Snacks has been winning them all day long, and now it's Exertion. He can't do much about it. And that is going to be GamerLegion recovering with the defuse. 18-17. Map point again for GamerLegion.
Plot armor. Why can Snacks not die? How can nobody connect a shot with him? That's like 5 fights in the past 5 rounds that feel like they should have gone the other direction.
Unbelievable. And it's PR again.
And they're also so impactful. Like, you have that kill and you can pressure the flank. You can pressure donut on that kind of retake that GamerLegion's trying to execute. That's such a valuable position to have, a valuable position to not be able to get.
Round 36. Another overtime or another map. Either way, more Counter-Strike coming your way. And we've got Zelix shooting the wall, trying to come out of middle. But no one actually challenging him this time.
Stay quiet, let Torji take the lead. Nobody's watching for this, so big mistake, and Zelix, unfortunately, death has still found him. And Spinks will look for a further push, but GamerLegion, they sense they have all the advantages. Everyone's moving around the map.
Timing. Snacks his head spotted, but he keeps his head down. Exertion ready for Towson to walk out that tunnel right in towards his crosshair. So we're once again 4v4. Torzy taking a step in the right direction. Is this one-man advantage going to be enough for another overtime?
GamerLegion maybe trying to grab the win a little too early with those plays, those moves, and now they've lost control of the map. Snacks plays solo over towards Cave to have his fast flank in towards Donut. Hypex Op is going to be playing inside the bomb site, and Flamus back behind the big box.
Flamus and Hypex, the combination trying to stop this attack and bring us to a third map. Is Hypex sharp on the trigger with the AWP, but Exertion slices away both. The bomb plant coming through, and let's test this plot armor, shall we? 1v3 for Snacks. This would be unbelievable, and it just isn't going to happen. Another overtime. MOUZ stay in it, and they keep this one going.
Incredible job. I mean, there's been moments where MOUZ could have collapsed. Same with GamerLegion on the other side, continuing to fight back. And now we're starting to get that stage of the game where players making moves out of the playbook, out of the textbook, not fundamental. Anything they can do to snatch this win away. And Torji feels like his off has been having more and more impact as this game goes on longer.
Later and later stages, absolutely the big plays delivering. Towson, he's been getting away with this all game long, but not this time. Oh my, yep, never mind. And this time, as I was about to say. That is so stupid.
PR might need to check his guns. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Look at his hands to his head. He's like, I don't even know how I'm losing these fights. Snacks, Towson, doesn't even matter. He's like, why didn't my teammates play like this when I was on the team?
Crazy they're getting away with some of these. Still a chance for MOUZ, though. It's a soften up player you can clean up later on. Access to Jaguar opens up as the smoke fades. Exertion and Torji start sliding into position. Hypex close, Snacks far back.
Yeah, well, Torsi gonna walk into the open. Molotov forces the peak, forces Snacks to either decide to commit into the cave or not, but Hypex is all about pulling attention away from him. Good shot from Exertion. Another one perhaps, as Snacks has to worry about the fight coming up the ramp as well. So he's pulled out Towson to take up the angle, to look into the cave, and he is going to nail his opportunity with that AWP. Impales Torsi against the wall. 35 seconds left. Exertion again with impact for his team. 33 kills so far, but he's gone through the smoke. Zelix Molotov removing Towson. Absolute chaos in the final 25 seconds. But Spinks is going to put the bomb down, and we take a breather as Flamus takes his time around the back, trying to play with Rez, but the fight is forced. Zelix will lose it. Spinks has to worry about the fight on the other side, and it's Flamus that'll come up to clean up, and that will be GamerLegion in the lead again.
No one could get comfortable in that round. No one ever had a moment to breathe and kind of assess the situation. Constant trades back and forth, constant pressure applied to the bomb site. Every time a kill comes out and one team secures an advantage, there's a rebuttal and a response. And because it takes so long to get in and to secure the plant, Flamus is like, great, I've walked across the entire map.
And as soon as Zelix dies as well, Spinks is just in an impossible position, having to play exposed in the open like that to the ramp, and also about the player he knows about on the other side.
Round 38, here we go. Utility out towards elbow from the CT side, a barrage of nades.
Look at Flamus, look at this acceleration, look at the fight PR. He's done the damage. He might get caught in the open here. Zelix dies in mid. We got Spinks with 2. That's headshots on Rez and Snacks. Flamus still here, still fighting despite the low HP, but Torsi hunts him down. He's got the bomb on his back, and Hypex wants nothing to do with that, so he falls away. And the round will settle into a man advantage for MOUZ.
And look at how MOUZ is spread out on the map. They've got one at the base of the B bomb site. That's PR at the double doors looking for a push. Exertion as well, looking to see if anyone is going to challenge and push up to try and get a flank from the A bomb site. And then you got the Opera watching the middle of the map in Torji. Defense for their part, sticking together, playing at each other's hip. They've got no information on the map as it's gone quiet.
Oh, so quiet. It's a long old run here for PR. He's now joined up with his teammates.
Might as well just grab that bomb off Torji's back right now. Let the Opera just stay posted up for the rest of the round.
Bomb will be sent forward. Still a good amount of utility here for Torsi. And no one No one on the A side.
Well, at this point, there's no reason to go contact. If they are here, you want the utility in place. So you'll tell GamerLegion you're stepping into the A bomb site a few seconds early. Bomb is going to get planted.
Goes down.
No, it's
problem.
not.
Spray away. That's going to be Towson denying the bomb planted. Now pulling MOUZ forward. Such limited time. The headshot comes in, but it's the time. And Hypex, the time gone, steps up into the open. Going for the shot, and he's got it too. PR sat down, and Hypex comes in with a massive clutch for GamerLegion.
Okay, well, I think after a round like that, you just gotta, like, you don't deserve to win at this point. I'm not trying to be mean, but that's a plant wide out in the open from Torji. He gets eliminated for no good reason, puts it on the deck, and then puts an impossible situation. And this is now multiple mistakes down the stretch. When MOUZ has been on the verge of grabbing control, or on the verge of having control, and on the verge of actually winning the series, mistake after mistake.
Just piling up. They've been getting chances. In fact, none better than this, really. And they've just thrown it away. Obviously, great shooting out of Hypex. Can't take that away from him, but we're talking 20 to 18. GamerLegion, 2 more, and they've got another map. We've got PR dying. It feels like MOUZ are starting to crumble.
Think of how hard MOUZ has had to fight to stay in some of these. They forced overtime. They forced double overtime.
Well, look at Exertion. He slipped through. Torsi always has the bomb, but he's always winning some fights that he shouldn't be. That's Towson taken down, but it's Exertion that interests me because he's pushed up all the way to the back lines, and that headshot has reopened the conversation for the round again.
Well, they can't let this one slip. No mistakes here if you're MOUZ. They might deliver themselves to Snacks. Nobody's clearing. Nobody's aware. In a problem now.
Snacks, this is his cave, his domain. Can they get rid of the caveman? Finally they can. The headshot from Exertion. And Rez and Flammus in a 2v3. It's got to be a retake of this site.
2 players smoked off.
Grenade gone.
They're all smoked off now.
Oh, this is a corridor of cover, though, if you want to try and get out of it. If you're Exertion, but he's spamming down and catches a good timing to spray away. Flammus removed. Rez onto the defuse. He's going to try and hold it, try and pull it all the way, but denied. He gets back to it. He's Red Spinks. He gets back to the angle, but he can't pick up the headshot, and Spinks will secure at least 1 for MOUZ.
Sam, these rounds are just brawly now all of a sudden. Both these teams battling back and forth, and just at the tail end, MOUZ grabbed the 1 round they need. A little bit of breathing room as they switch sides.
Well, I can tell you as well, for the people at home now here in Paris, the other match is clearly finished, so everyone's kind of flooding out of there and joining up to watch this one. So pressure going to start mounting for the players as the audience grows right in front of them.
Well, a timeout called before this can begin. Chance for a little conversation, see what little you can change, what you can remember from the previous rounds of how you want to handle this. A little bit of laughter out on the GamerLegion side, breaking the mood up a little bit, alleviating some of the pressure.
Yeah, the pressure is just piling on MOUZ because you highlighted perfectly, Jason. How hard has this team had to fight for the round wins? Nothing is going easy right now.
Nothing at all. Some struggles from some individuals, missed kills, mistakes across the board, but MOUZ still in the fight. 22 needed to win this map. Up in the hands of Torji and Hypex as well.
Brad's already running up through the B lane. He's inside of the smoke. Exertion right beside him. 2 players have just crossed. They're out middle. Flash is good, but missed opportunity from Rez. That was a freebie. Zelix, that's also pretty comfortable, but he's now extremely uncomfortable, pinned in the corner with nowhere to go, nowhere to hide.
Yeah, and it makes it a little bit awkward. Nade Molotov comes out, teammate peeks from Donut. Flammet still gets away. He could be an aggressor. Zelix is going to go down. Extended fight with utility. Oh, and there goes Exertion. It's all going wrong.
Oh, it's all crumbling here for MOUZ. It's going to be GamerLegion one more time to get it in to map point here on Ancient. MOUZ have done it every time. They pulled it back to overtime.
I think you can tell in some of these moments that the frustrations have just built and grown. The mistakes have built up to just be so heavy for MOUZ to carry through this.
I mean, it's just that mid-fight. It could have been so much better for MOUZ. That was just...
That's what I mean.
Real rough watch, wasn't it?
Yeah, but when I'm watching that, I'm thinking just they look. It doesn't look like a skill issue. It just looks like mentally, kind of like the focus has slipped, not
Also,
ready for the
maybe
fight.
some lack of confidence because you lost so many
Lack
fights
of
in Vid 2,
confidence, yeah.
and instead of going for the gunfight, you're going for the utility. You're reaching for the nades when really the easier thing to do perhaps would be just to back your aim in that situation. But he hasn't got the track record across this game, Alex, to really rely upon it.
I'm sure someone on the team's going to tell him that after the fact. Just swing and fight, baby. Just go for it. 21-19. A 2-round lead for GamerLegion.
Do they do it one more time, Jason? Can they do it one more time here, MOUZ?
I don't know. I just feel like when I'm watching them now in these rounds, like where in the first map they looked so poised and under control, they had some self-discipline, self-control in different chaotic situations. They don't seem to have that same poise in this map when I see them. They seem to be panicking a lot. Everyone seems to be looking, what's the play to make, not like who's the teammate I can work with. So it's unraveling a little bit for MOUZ. We'll see if they can stamp it down here in round 41.
Couple rounds up for grabs if they can get him, but Flamus through flames, he will march, but Spinks at the ready. But look at this from GamerLegion. Everybody's ready to go into the B site.
Well, there's plenty of defenders here. PR and Exertion at the point of attack.
Oh, strong hold from Exertion going again, but it's Rez this time, doubling up with his AK-47. Torsi strikes him through, and Towson, the 1v3, Torsi's mistake to stand in the open, has just given away a free kill, and Towson perhaps the map victory. This could be a clutch to send us to Nuke. No one makes a move. MOUZ waiting to see if Towson will journey into their crosshairs, but instead he has planted himself on the ramp, and this is going to cost them crucial seconds that they do not have. MOUZ have got to go. Someone start the retake. Please. You've got a smoke available for Spinks, and there it goes. This is it. Towson with a chance to line them up, and if they lose this, you've got to say MOUZ have deserved it. That is a big win. GamerLegion finally getting it done. MOUZ not even competing for the map win in that final round.
Oh, I got no words. I got no words, but there is going to be a very tough talk in the MOUZ camp, but all credit onto the side of the stage with GamerLegion, as that is a match of tenacity they come back from to force us onto a third map. How bad you played on map 2. If you deliver on map 3 for your team, all that gets forgotten. And Zelix is looking to have a good performance here in recovery. Third in deciding map. Winner moves on to the quarterfinals at the Esports World Cup to face off against Foot Esports waiting in the wings. We'd have GamerLegion starting on the CT side here of Nuke. MOUZ starting on the offensive side.
And you know what excites me about this CT side is the way Snax is playing in this series. He's playing incredible. That second map in particular, beautiful to watch. And he can be such a disruptive force on the CT side of this map. So I'm keeping eyes on that for this first half. We're going to see Rez. Oh, that's the bomb. And that's an immediate headshot to the back of the lobby.
Disappears into the smoke. The hit is still going to come. A little bit quieter now with Spinks just sneaking behind the vent, waiting for his moment. Flamus has spotted them moving over towards ramp, so information gathered.
It's going to be a fight for Towson and Snax. One hit for GamerLegion. They've come out strong. 3 kills very quickly. Spinks doing what he can, but he's held behind the vent and a lot of bullets whizzing towards him. He's actually managed to stay alive, plants his feet and get a headshot of his own. Thought he'll have a go here against Towson, but he'll lose that engagement as the dual Berettas come through, and we see Spinks topple eventually. So 4 players stay up here for GamerLegion, and they can celebrate a comfortable first round victory.
Good start for them. We talked about it on Ancient. They had both pistols on Ancient. They had none of the pistols back on Mirage. And you can see when one map ends 13-11 to MOUZ winning both pistols, the other map, was won by GamerLegion in triple overtime winning both pistols. That's pretty damn consequential at the end of the day. So a nice piece for GamerLegion to have to start this CT side.
Yeah, no bomb plant as well, just with how convincing that was. So MOUZ going to have to take the full eco. They won't have that second round force buy. You can see a lot of teams on the T side get once that bomb goes down. So end up looking at a 2-0 start here for GamerLegion on the CT side, denying MOUZ any of the easy rounds on the T side, forcing them to have to work in the gun rounds and see what Exertion can do when the pressure's on.
On their previous iterations without Flamus in the roster, this GamerLegion team was sitting around a 20% win rate here on Nuke. They've played it once with Flamus in the roster back to start their Esports World Cup against Luminosity. A dominant victory, 13-3, that really doesn't tell us a whole lot about how much they're going to be able to challenge against MOUZ, but this is a GamerLegion team who's going to be trying to figure out how good their nuke is on the fly.
But I think you can tell a lot about Flamus on that map because he was leading in a lot of the statistic departments. He was very, very strong indeed. So really enjoyed watching him on the map.
Yeah, 1.85 rating for Flamus in that map.
There's the naked over the top. That's going to finish off PR. Do a lot of damage to the rest as well. Alex just hanging out on top of the main roof. Hasn't taken any damage just yet. But eventually this round will come to its natural conclusion. Taking a little bit longer than everybody at home would like, I'm sure. But here we go. We'll get into the real rounds now. Nice and easy for GamerLegion in the first two.
Yeah, clean sheet, not losing anyone in that second round, building up some money. 2 MP9, so a bit of a bonus round for the CT side. A clean sheet means they can upgrade plenty of those weapons into AK-47s because MOUZ is bringing 5 of them into round 3. Very light on nades, so don't expect to see the extended kind of smoke wall into another smoke wall, long kind of map control style. At least here in this round.
Outside smokes being thrown out here by MOUZ. The wall created. Spinks sits behind the fade. There's 2 players right in front of him, and Flamus to quickly remove Spinks. So advantage now starting with GamerLegion just as the round begins. And at least MOUZ getting 1 player down secret. Second nade's coming in. It's going to be much more effective. Oh, it doesn't clear the smoke as much as they would have liked there.
There's 2 layers of smoke. There was a secondary smoke wall thrown behind him as well. So I think one was broken open. The second was kept. However, that's all their smokes to get across and down to secret. They're at a man disadvantage, 4 against 5, and now been spotted by Snacks.
Yeah, and he's going to be delaying him as long as possible. Celex hits a nice shot, but the immediate reaction is that it's an audible drop here from Rice. He's got Flamus who was actually shooting forward, so maybe he could have discouraged him from stepping in, but doesn't matter. Hypex has taken a pair of headshots, putting PR in the clutch.
Yeah, you see what I mean when it's like you can't, like you bring in that little utility, use all 4 smokes on the cross, and then trying to get into the bomb site, just running out of utility down the stretch, and that round is MOUZ.
And well, GamerLegion are not going to be running out of utility for a long time. They've got so much money already built up here on the CT side. This is such a great start to the half.
Yeah, it couldn't go much better. They've only lost 2 players in the 3 rounds of play so far. They've upgraded into 3 AK-47s. They upgraded 1 MP9 for free as well. So very cost efficient is the GamerLegion side right now. This defense is off and rolling quick.
Rez just waiting. Flamus not waiting. Flamus going forward. Telson. Rez about to catch the pistols coming towards him. That's going to be a great spray and display of skill from Rez.
Might be time for a timeout.
Might be time for that,
Like
Jason.
really early on, it might be time for a timeout.
You got 2 kills so far, and we're going into round 5.
Well, with the history of MOUZ, this is where I start scratching my head, and just the way they lost map 2, right? All those mistakes, all those kind of unforced errors down the stretch, and the chaotic intensity of the situation. And now I'm wondering if they're having that little bit of a hangover coming into map 3 to start, and that's why I'm saying timeout, because I think Cyclone, if you're going to have that conversation, you might as well do it early if you think that's the issue. Still early going, still recoverable. Still haven't seen them kind of get too many cracks at it with a full buy, but still at this point only 2 kills in the map.
Alex strolling to his immediate death. Rez will confirm it. That's a 4K from Rez, a 6-0 start from him. A couple of players and his teammates saying at 4-0. And that's going to be...
I think this is the round that shows us what MOUZ, what kind of attitude they came into this map with.
So if you're the coach here, you give them 1 more round just to say, okay, can you figure it out on your own? And if not, then you bring the timeout through?
Not just that, but 2 gun rounds, you know? Give him 2 gun rounds, we'll see if it's a consistent issue. More utility this time around the AK-47s.
Oh, we've got PR trying to hold on. Rez obviously has a hot hand, so he's willing to try and push the limits.
And they got money as well to burn. You know, losing that weapon and lose that player hurts in this round, but you got cash to replenish it, so it's not long-term pain point. And obviously still plenty of time to recover this round.
Selix wrapping around with exertion. That's a big fight to win here for MOUZ. More pressure now on Flammus. They come towards him. Good control. Stops them in their tracks for the time being, but Selix is scaling up towards heaven.
Yeah, I mean, just because of the way this round has played out, how quiet it is from MOUZ, there's no indication of what the final move is. They never saw that second player walking through the smoke to wrap heaven, so upper bomb site's going to be secured by GamerLegion. This is the X factor. Or excuse me, secured by MOUZ. And Flammus is the X factor wrapping around through lobby to turn this round on its head.
Oh, Sphinx is parked right in the corner, so Flammus will stroll into his crosshair, and that will be an easy kill in the end for Sphinx. Not really in a position to go for this one. So Hypex cut away, Snacks is down on the lower bomb site, and that is going to be the first round win here for MOUZ. Gotta say, it's a great shot for Exertion coming through, man. It didn't look like he was going to have a shot at that.
Those are the fights that Snacks was winning time and time again back on Ancient. So Exertion got one going his way. Yeah, but, you know, it's a nice win for MOUZ. You got that gift of the res piece of aggression to give you the opening kill. You're not just going to be kind of force-fed an opening fight like that in the future. But a really good round and a timely point to grab it before this gets way too out of control. Bomb goes off. It's 4-1, 3-round lead.
We'll see. I mean, you talk about the money for GamerLegion, they have a chance to immediately bounce back. Now let's see if they go for a different approach. You got Hypex heading towards Garage. Wall of smokes thrown out by MOUZ. No one going to be playing with them, so that suggests we might expect a quicker hit towards the upper bomb site.
Oh, softens PR up real hardcore. That's a beefy nade. 45 HP left on PR. Towson going to drop this molly as soon as utility starts streaming in.
Well, it blocked him. And that first wave is gone for MOUZ. Not going to activate on that. They want to go back to the ramp room, hoping that they've created an opening now.
Eyes on Rez. Okay, first one a little bit scattered. That's the bomb down. Hypex going to grab an angle with the AWP. Woo, what a shot.
That's a big shot, isn't it, from Hypex. Stands in the fire.
Look at the rotation.
They're dropping, and we got a 4v3 for GamerLegion, and the rotate is already there.
Yeah, Flammus and Snacks already slid in. Spinks wants to open things up. Good heads up play from Towson. He's ready.
Well, now Torsi and Zelix are in an uncomfortable spot, a 2v4, and they're disjointed. Zelix is on his own. He hasn't been having the kind of day where he's going to step out and be willing to make the play, so he's just pausing for now in 45 seconds, letting Torsi be the one to try and join up with him.
Yeah, he's hoping that Torsi can create that opening towards the upper bomb site to pull him back, but Towson is going to flank over towards ramp room, so even if Zelix wanted to back away, actually, excuse me, Torsi's going to get down the vent, so trying to have a reverse clear.
Torsi hears the steps. Flammer's dead. Torsi turns to try and take down Snacks next. Not too far away from that chance. Torsi's got the headshot. What a fight from Torsi. Really digging deep to get themselves back into this round. And we're looking at Towson and Hypex now having to make up for this. A 2v2 around that really shouldn't be getting out of hand here for GamerLegion, but it absolutely is. Zelix sits down, waiting at the back of the site as the Hungarians hone in together, trying to win this one piece by piece. But it's gotta be Zelix, or we believe the hype. He's standing up on top of the ramp, and the AWP will send it. And Zelix removed at the back. It's a damn nice try from that combination, but it ends up being a GamerLegion recovery and a 5-1 lead.
Man, Towson didn't have a whole lot of time to find that kill over towards control side. That's a critical headshot. because that's an impossible to kill to find if you're Hypex with the AWP. And Zelix, again, a long extended clutch. And when that turns into a 1v1, there's still a long time on that bomb against an AWP, being pinned down, not sure how fast he's scaling, where he's coming from. Tough clutch to win. And GamerLegion don't let MOUZ string two together. Back to the doldrums. They'll have to buy up again. They have cash. They've got money to come back in and open the playbook up one more time if you're MOUZ. But man, 5-1 run to start this third map for GamerLegion has put them in a very strong position.
And you have to go for the timeout now if you're MOUZ.
Yep.
Using it, realizing that, okay.
If this money disappears, all of a sudden you start feeling like the CT side is way too far ahead.
Snowball effect can kick in this final map as well. Round of 16, third and final map of the series. Lose this, you're heading home from Paris.
Live into round 7.
The other game right now, Aurora versus Furia raging on the A-stream. If you're interested in that action, you can catch it over there. Hypex. Ooh, trying to catch some vision, but it not be any players left on the server because his teammates are feasting. Zelix and Spink stepping up though. A couple of kills pulled back here for MOUZ. Managed to get a player down the vent. 2 players down the vent.
Look at their HP though. Now they've gotten down and they'll have a leg up and they'll be able to beat the defense to the lower bomb site, but low HP on Torji, low HP on Spinks. These rounds are so intense. So much action happens early.
Oh, big, loud drop there from Rise.
Yeah, no one heard it, but you do hate to pull that off.
Now, puts you on notice. You don't know if anybody heard it or not. He's going to play towards me. He's actually pulled this off quite nicely. He did get one. You got the high HP player. Torzi left on 8 health now. We've got Zelix, 98. He's the player with HP, so he's the player with responsibility. And once again, it is the Torzi Zelix combo that was so close to winning the round previous.
I'm just surprised to see Hypex and Towson so parked and so just cemented to that lower bomb site, especially after the trade outside in Big Garage. Nobody's moved, nobody's budged, so I guess they made the decision real early on. They saved the AWP, but let's see where they decide to go with this. It's kind of an even affair. High HP Rifler, low HP AWPer.
Just trying to organize themselves here.
So the whole thing is Hypex is going to save this AWP. He's going to... Is he?
No, but he's throwing a utility away to Towson.
Yeah, I just thought he would set Towson up to go in first and you just win or lose on that.
The players going first with an AWP. It's an interesting play, but it might just work because Zelix again in the clutch. Has he got one in him? He turns away, and that's more like it from Zelix.
Gotta be feeling good when you're looking for a player to step up, and after the woeful series he's had to deliver that kind of a round. Really good feeling for Zelix keeping MOUZ alive. He's 7-5. Top performer for the MOUZ team here on Nuke. A 3 versus 5 from MOUZ recovered off the back of the Zelix clutch. 1v2. And he holds his nerve. Lovely second headshot.
Outside smokes deployed. Gonna try and disrupt this straight away. And it is Torzu who takes a little bit of damage off the back of the pack. But he's the AWPer and could actually be boosted up over the top of the red box. Oh, Flamus needs to be careful. It's a pretty awkward situation there for Flamus to be pulling utility out in the open. No, not like this. All the advantage is given right back as they walk right through the smoke. Rez gets 2. Leg shot from Torzi, not enough to finish off. No scope headshot. Torzi is going to be kicking himself. That is filthy from Hypex to get away with that.
You can't even mess with the decision. He knows the weakness. He put the opposing AWPer in, decides to chase it down. What a shot with the no-scope.
The bomb is one head shown. Exertion to find Snacks. It's next up for Hypex. That is so fast on the trigger. Exertion cleaved away.
Okay, Rez has to find a good position, though. Rez has to find some kind of position where he can't really just get killed and backstabbed. Very difficult to find in the outer yard, but they have no clue where Spinks is, so Rez has to consider everything.
Out into the open, Spinks opens up perfectly for Rez. What a round out of Rez and Hypex. That started with a 2-man advantage.
Yes, it did.
Coming through from MOUZ, and Rez, they just walk right into him.
You get all the space outside you wanted off those 2 kills. Flamus caught sleeping a little bit out in the open.
It's like they give themselves, you know, they give their opponents enough rope to hang themselves. They give them so much space that they walk straight through those smokes and ended up getting walking right into res.
That's where you got to give credit over to GamerLegion for the setup. You could see when those kills come out, those 2 kills so fast, so efficiently, MOUZ never expect there to be a 3rd player.
Right. Well, an AK for Torzi. You got Tech 9s around it. You got Rez, who's obviously feeling good about the last round. He's stepping up to try and...
Oh, God.
That's a little bit too much, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's a little bit scary. All right, well, they know what's coming. They drop down. They're going to try and scale quick. It's the bomb leading the way. One's already got past Snax's crosshair.
I think if you're Rez in that situation, you just start yelling, everyone. Everyone is behind that smoke. So they flood into the lower bomb site. Taliesin will take a few back steps here. He does take some health away from Spinks. Taliesin will step down towards the double doorway. MOUZ have players sprawling the control room, but not enough bullets to back them up. Zelix, nice double. Keeping MOUZ again in the fight here, and he's forced Snax away because he's low HP, so Hypex is making the next move, and that might just work out for him. Hypex is really nailing those quick shots, and Exertion's left in a 1 versus 2. No nades to really help him out here, but a low HP player is defusing for some reason, but Hypex is going to get back to it. He'll collect the kit, and that was the reason. Snax had the kit, so Hypex will defuse, and a 7-2 scoreline. A nice try from Zelix and Exertion, but Hypex is just leveling up right now, 11-2.
Yeah, very valiant effort, but you're dead on. I mean, the last 2 rounds, certainly the impact is all Hypex. Some lovely shooting from his op time and time again, and you know, he was great back on the first map of the series in a loss. He was a big reason why they were so close and competitive back on Mirage. Good to see him here on Nuke and his efforts propelling them forward into a 5-round lead.
And if you even want to go further back than that, you know, we were talking about the positive run the GamerLegion had
States
in America, right? And it was Hypex who was the standout player, with the player that really leveled up, and then we got to see just a sort of a different version of Hypex, I think, that we didn't get to see before.
Well, 2 of the 3 timeouts used by MOUZ. Still trying to find the solution to this T side, still trying to find a way to break down this defense in any effective manner. They're starting to get stuffed cold everywhere on the map. Outside's been shut down, ramp's been shut down a couple of times.
Even when they're in a 5v3.
Even when they're in a 5v3, it seems to slip away. This is a timing hit on the upper bomb site all day long.
There's Flammers. Zelix is first victim of the round. Taliesin to make sure PR follows. And another one as Torzi's gone. Bomb will spill, and Spinks and Exertion left alone. So at this point, GamerLegion very happy with how this game is going, considering this was another timeout ahead of this round for MOUZ.
Yeah, and they just want to go for the upper bus, and they don't get a chance at it. And they invested a lot into this round with utility. That's a lot of cash going to waste. And MOUZ is in just a ton of trouble at the moment. This is alarm bells all over the place right now in this 3rd and deciding map.
I guess the question, because it's so early in the game, I think it's a fair question, is this game even recoverable at this point? Like, you don't have enough money to really get a good buy in the next rounds here. You're going to be looking at...
I mean, the answer is yes, it's recoverable. It's just we can't really see how at the moment. It's going to depend, right? You're going to have like, if you want to get to 4 in this half, you're going to have a win with some Tech 9s. And you're desperately just looking up at the scoreboard saying, we need to win. We need to win the last 2 rounds of this half. So an extended save here at the end for Exertion and Spinks. Not a lot of money for the GamerLegion CT side, so they're content to let them get away with these AKs. They want to preserve the weapons themselves. But didn't even have to break a sweat in this round. Double kill from Taliesin inside of Hut, and that pretty much ends things.
No accidents happen here on Nuke.
Counter-terrorists win.
Well, right now, GamerLegion enjoying this round of 16 match. I mean, it was all tense and question marks about whether or not they'd even get through Ancient, but the reward has been a dominant start to Nuke.
Yeah, and I mean, unfortunately, just something happened at the end of Ancient where it feels like GamerLegion just broke MOUZ. It might have been the fashion in which they were losing some of those rounds, but we haven't seen MOUZ yet recover.
There's a good start again from Hypex. His 12th kill in this half. Flamus about to be unleashed. didn't quite pull the trigger where he wanted it and ends up losing his life, and Snax will lose his head. So all of a sudden, right back from a man advantage to a man deficit for GamerLegion. Gotta win this one now, MOUZ. 4v3.
Yeah, and it's really hard. It's really hard on the CT side to manage a situation like this. What do? Do you relinquish the upper bomb site and pray you can retake it? They want to show that smoke means they're positioned here with defense. Try and funnel them towards ramp room and double up in that position for some time. And oh man, GamerLegion's reading this. This is going to be heartbreaking.
Well, they're always making the right move, the right call, but it's down to hit the right shots. And you rely upon Rez because he'll do it every time. And you're never ready for Towson. You are never ready for Towson. Nothing can go right for MOUZ. Nothing can go wrong for GamerLegion.
It's so brutal. What a play. Smoke the door, send them towards ramp room, and go meet him with two members at the point of attack. MOUZ is getting worked here on Nuke. 9-2. They've got to burn their third and final timeout right here at the tail end of the first half because they just need the round. A lot of hopes for MOUZ making it into the top 16 off the back of that trophy back at Blast Bounty. Bringing in PR and how good they looked with him in the roster. Exertion as the IGL, how well he's been playing individually and leading this team. Felt like MOUZ was poised for a deep run at the Esports World Cup. We've all been holding our breath to know if we should believe or not.
And for GamerLegion, no one believed, right? That was how this playoff performance got picked up, was the fact that GG Howell pulled an upset versus Spirit in the best of one. GamerLegion qualified by beating Luminosity, and then GG Howell in the best of 3 series to get into the playoffs, and everybody thought, okay, well, I don't really care about that. Like, let's show us a performance against a good team. And right now, this is a brilliant performance from GamerLegion, and I think gets a few people excited, including me, Jason. I'm excited to see a little bit more of this GamerLegion squad if they keep this up. Who knows what they can do in the quarterfinal?
Yeah, it could get interesting. They are on this side of the bracket. Again, another indictment, and you talk about MOUZ disappointing, getting eliminated here on a bracket where it feels like you have a great shot at making the final. Oof. Flamus peeks up, takes out Zelix, who makes no progress towards the bomb site. And this time, Snax is on top of the hut to shut down the hit.
Yeah, Snax again. It's a double kill. Exertion and Torzi both walking into him, and PR had a nightmare map here, 2 and 11 on the top of the silo. We'll give it a go, obviously, but it's not going to happen for him. It'll be a 10th round win here for GamerLegion. PR on the receiving end of a beating from his former teammates. A move to MOUZ in this matchup, not working out.
Looking for anything, looking for a gift. He'll get dropped by Hypex. 10-2, 8-round lead. GamerLegion, that is a dominant statement CT side.
Well, GamerLegion, as it stands, will progress into the quarterfinals. They'll play against Foot, who are a team that have already beaten MOUZ in this competition. GamerLegion's turn to give them a go.
Well, you know, let's say this really quick, because you're right. The way MOUZ has been playing, they just look like they've already kind of lost. And that's the general sense. But they are on CT side Nuke. Give them the pistol round. Let's see what that first gun round is going to look like. You can make this happen. And that's why I kind of bring up the expectations of this team, right? Getting a deep run, some kind of a deep run to like the semifinals, is now you have this chance, and this can make it just legendary if you can make this happen. Wow. But that would require something we haven't seen out of this team in this third map, because again, I mentioned it looked like they just got knocked completely out of their game at the tail end of Ancient, and they have not recovered.
Well, expectations of a deep run, but now all that is left is to dig deep and try and come back into the second half. MOUZ, 2 rounds to their name as they begin this second half on the CT side. Lose the pistol, and you are likely heading home very quickly from the Esports World Cup. The descent down heard as Rise will drop off of main. It's Torzi who starts the affair with a headshot on Flamus. Rez also picked apart, so a 3v5 having to be recovered here for GamerLegion.
Yeah, Rez got a little disorganized, didn't know exactly where the fight was going to come, was looking towards the back of Credit, but there's too many options available. There's a third player alive outside, that's Towson. He's looking for the flank, the wraparound outside. Oh, lovely shot from Hypex. You don't have to commit quite yet, but you do anyways, and good shooting from PR. So MOUZ looking like they are, in fact, going to get that pistol, and then it's all about
Winning everything else.
Can they build up momentum? Can they do the same thing, right? At a certain point on the CT side, when you're on the T side of Nuke, if the defense is just dominating you, at a certain point, it just feels hopeless.
Feels like you're in a cage.
And I think that's the feeling that MOUZ started getting as that series went on. And now it's their turn to see if they can inflict that same kind of philosophy onto their opponents.
Well, I've taken the first step of a very long road back into this. Let's see. Obviously, no expectations in this round from GamerLegion, no investment, so it just glocks out. Be 10-4 before we see the next buy. You can try and get a bomb plant here. Do your best. Spinks isn't going to let that happen, though. Zelix also taking a couple. That's the fourth round for MOUZ.
Yep.
Nice and easy.
GamerLegion just looking to get to those AK-47s as fast as possible. So 2 MP9s on the board. Round 15.
Everyone looks to the sheets. They've obviously got a set plan of how they want to approach this first gun round.
Now, this is a very similar round to what MOUZ played in the third round of the opening half as well, where they didn't have a whole lot of utility, didn't have a whole lot of nades to work with. Let's see what GamerLegion decide to do with it, because they're in a similar situation. Got all the smokes, missing some flashbangs.
Quick outside smokes. Look how fast Snacks has found himself on top of main. Head shown, Snacks. There you go. Didn't react at all. Exertion not punishing. The age division of Snacks.
Well, they got Flamus situated over in secret. So how aggressive does he want to be? He's going to challenge Spinks. Deep angle for Spinks, going to be tough to get away, but you have an advantage, and you got it.
Yeah, wins it. Opening kill. An upgrade available as well if he wants it. You have to snatch that AK, and he will. Zelix and Exertion combining, so yep, this is the first couple of steps. Looking good for MOUZ, huh?
Yeah, and this is why I brought that up, because I'm not sure that we're quite ready yet to have supreme confidence in GamerLegion on the T side. I think the first half looked so good. But remember what I said, coming into this, they had a 20% win rate on the map before Flamus joined the team. So it's not like they had some great track record, some great scalps they've taken, a great resume on the map, some deep playbook they can call to. There's still going to be some struggles on this CT side, especially if the individuals start going cold. And let me tell you right now, just by the way those look in the replay, if that's going to be the way you try and open up rounds, it's not going to be pretty.
And you've got a lot of money now as well for MOUZ, and then there's certainly going to be a feeling of relief of, okay, we're not getting banged out straight away here. We won the pistol, but now you got to deal with a quicker upper bust, and spraying away is Spinks, so he'll handle it no problem. 3 kills coming in from Spinks. Always good to try one of those rounds if you're GamerLegion, see what you can get away with, but MOUZ handle it.
And every time MOUZ get a round like that where they mop up the team with only 1 player dying, with 4 or 5 surviving, that's just going to increase the confidence level. This defense is going to get stronger unless GamerLegion can win a round and punctuate this streak.
Only 4 rounds back now, and it happens so quickly. And MR12. A lead can be whittled away at within seconds. But this is the second buy for GamerLegion coming into the second half. See what kind of ideas they have this time. You weren't a fan of their openers in the last gun round, Jason. Let's see if they have a different approach. Seems pretty similar with Snacks getting on top of main.
Yeah, and Exertion directly underneath him. How's he want to play these smokes? He's working his way towards big garage. Aggression in towards lobby. Okay, MOUZ. Being disruptive, not letting GamerLegion get anything going.
Towson at least getting something back here for GamerLegion, but this is the walk-in from Flamus that isn't going to pay off. It was Towson trying to do everything, but he's so low on health that it's just too much to ask of him.
And look at the attitude change. Look at the way now MOUZ is swinging into that fight. They know that player's in the upper bomb site, just got a kill. 2 players come up heaven. We don't need to play this smart. Let's the 2 of us push forward, take him out, and let's just play the 3-on-1. You can see like a little bit of an attitude shift in the MOUZ side of things as they're starting to get a little bit of their self-confidence back.
Yep. Perhaps a feeling of we're back in this now for MOUZ. You see them just get an extra percentage as the CT side starts to go very well. And that scoreline doesn't look so pretty anymore for GamerLegion.
No, I imagine we get a timeout from GamerLegion at the tail end of this freeze time. This will be a round, I think, where they're going to have to descend to Tech 9s just to a half buy. I don't think you can fully invest.
Well, Tech 9s, P250, Deagle. It's a little bit of something for GamerLegion. Outside smokes, tossed out. See if anybody can actually do anything with them. Second wave coming in now as well. Try and get a couple of players down secret safely. Flamus is up first. Smoke break. They'll see one run down. And Rez just trying to keep his head down. Second nade coming through, but the layers of smokes are going to protect him.
So it turns to PR. As the first man down over towards control side. The first line of defense. He's got a teammate, Zelix, over in ramp room as well, who can drop quickly and join up with him.
Got the AK in hand. Looking for the heads as well. He'll drop the grenade to send back and slow them down as much as he can, and that just makes them fish in a barrel for Zelix. He'll take 3, pulls out the USP for a little whip as well.
Hey, 20 kills on Zelix.
Yeah, he has really turned it around, hasn't he?
Yeah, this is really cool third map from the young man after a tough series, but he's rebounded very, very well, and he's part of the reason why MOUZ is still alive, still fighting back, and still clawing this lead away from GamerLegion. It's 10-8.
I mean, we asked the question as this game started, you know, we're going to find something out about Zelix right now. He's having a terrible series. We're going to find out if he can go in on the third map just before it and just reset mentally and get back into the game, and he's delivered that. It's
a really cool look, and I think the coaches, whether they end up winning or losing in this comeback, going to be very proud of what he's showed early on here on Nuke. Still plenty of Counter-Strike to play. The quarterfinals await. Foot awaits, waiting for the winner. And GamerLegion so far cold. Snax hasn't been able to get a single T round on the board. 6 straight dominant rounds for MOUZ. They have never in any of these rounds lost more than 2 players.
Yeah, dominant is the perfect word. It's just none of them have even looked threatening in any way. Just a waste of the last few rounds here for GamerLegion. We've got a tech issue at the moment. That one gets resolved as quickly as possible. We've got the referee over working on Torzy's PC at the moment.
The refs have been solid. They've been solid all week long when we've been here.
They've had a lot of games, I'd imagine, on these stages over the last few weeks.
Gotta have a lot of game knowledge of different titles for you, yeah.
It is very weird being here at the EWC sometimes, because you're going around and I don't know a lot of people here, and then every now and then you'll bump into someone, oh, you work at Counter-Strike events.
Yes, see them all. They all come back.
It's a whole clash of different esports worlds.
Well, Torzy's got the big headphones off. That's never a good sign, but he's putting them back on, and
oh, there we go.
That is a good sign.
We're gonna get a big thumbs up. Nope, no thumbs up. He's just happy to lock in, continue this comeback.
A rough place for the tech pause to come if you're MOUZ in the midst of this comeback. 6 rounds in a row. You've got all the momentum in the world. Individually, everyone's looking sharp. Strategically, you feel like you're reading the game very, very well, and then a pause in the action to ice you out.
And if you're GamerLegion, you feel like you're in free fall. Maybe this little pause is enough to catch your breath.
So just a recenter, refocus, and as we go live into round 19, GamerLegion don't have a whole lot of a lead to play with left.
That's a good start from Towson. He's the only player in this half that's done anything for GamerLegion, so good to see him get on the board early, and this time not traded by a MOUZ player.
Exertion's going to look to get one back up on top. The blue box outside. No one from GamerLegion really moving up behind this wall of smokes. It's the op that's going to be cautious, and he's looking in this direction.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was a little bit late to that. He realized it real late.
And he's like, oh, yeah, could be a player there. Would have been dead already. Just holding this player advantage as we head under 1 minute on the clock. Good shot. Not enough damage, though.
It's going to make Zelix feel like the hit is coming from outside, though, as his defender has been forced away. So it's a weaker position with which to defend Squeak Door.
Zelix has been sharp on this third map. Let's see if he can deal with a threat that's going to be coming out of Squeak. He snacks back turn. Flammers couldn't trade. Zelix on the 2. And Towson trying to fight back, but Zelix showing us why MOUZ have added him to the team. 23 kills. Huge triple kill. And so much confidence building in the young man. What a story this is going to be if MOUZ go on to win this, led by Zelix's performance.
In this third map. Yeah, this is awesome. I love seeing it. Love seeing the rebound. Hypex is forced away. And Snax's GamerLegion still have yet to put a round on the board here on the offensive side of Nuke.
Just been hiding away the first 2 maps, quietly powering up. Is Zelix. 1 round the difference, and honestly,
One round the difference, but the feel, the quality of these rounds, it almost makes it feel like MOUZ is in the lead to a certain extent.
I think, simply put, GamerLegion don't have a T side. They just haven't shown anything.
No, yeah, that's kind of what I was afraid of on the switch over, and it's coming to fruition here. Not a whole lot of clean ideas on how to open up rounds. This map just not in their pool quite yet. So for the rest of this half, if you're going to win this as GamerLegion from this 10-9 lead, if you're Snacks, you're going to have you tell your players it's going to be individuals. It's going to be you guys that win us this game. It's not going to be my calling. You're looking for Rez. You're looking for Towson, Hypex, and Flammus to deliver you something special. Whoa, they're already in, my man.
PR gets his gun out just in time. I sounded like a pirate saying that one. And start backing away. PR.
Back to the upper bomb site we go. No utility really to speak of. 2 Molotovs, a flashbang, and a smoke. Not a whole lot of combos to give you freedom and safety and advantages in any of these bomb sites for that set of utility. So let Flammus work outside with the Tech 9. They're going to try and end at this upper bomb site, but Flammus has to get here safely first, and Exertion is going to come try and deal with this. Takes a dink, eliminated. Another opening kill. Another 5-on-4. 38 seconds on the clock as they begin their move.
Towson timing as Torzi looks away, but we got Spink stepping out from the CT vent. Of course, Selleck's getting one of his own as well. And we see Snacks all of a sudden be the only player left. A Tech 9 jumping into the vent and a 10-10 scoreline. That sinking feeling in GamerLegion's stomachs that they are throwing this one away. Their Esports World Cup is going to come to a crashing halt if they can't figure it out.
Yeah, this is a rough look now for GamerLegion, where, as I mentioned, just feels like the map isn't there for them. Haven't had the time with all the players to go over protocols. Don't have any set, great, clean idea that they can latch onto. No cohesive strategy that they're working with. And MOUZ is loving it. This is back-to-back rounds. They've converted 4 versus 5 without any real significant issues from there.
All right, we had a whole lot of overtime. Silver on the second map, Jason. Are we about to get some here again?
It's very...
Flammus trying to fire people up or having an argument. One of the two.
Could have been either one. You know, that's where I wonder how... I don't know how to talk about how GamerLegion's going to handle this, because we haven't seen them execute an idea, right? It seems like they want to get Flammus outside, somebody set up outside, be able to pincer into that upper bomb site. None of that's working, partially because Zelix has 24 kills. A testament to how many times they've tried to run that against him and still can't make it work.
Once the weak point, now their absolute strength. So outside smokes to deploy, but no one is going to play behind them here for GamerLegion because they want to pop out the door again. Towson stopped in his tracks. Spinks has a second. Just relentless pressure being thrown in the same position, but getting the same result. Truly the definition of insanity in this second half from GamerLegion.
This might be the saving grace. Okay, Torji looking for it. Looking for the information, but he's looking outside. He could get caught.
Oh, the Rez is right there. He's got the Tech 9. He's arriving to the angle, and Torji's going to be fast enough to take him down. Now we look at Snacks, and we look at Hypex, and we wonder how in the hell are they going to pull this off? Doesn't seem possible.
That's how.
Well, Hypex tries, but Exertion's right above him. There's just too many responses here from MOUZ, so it has to be Snacks. It has to be a classic Snacks play. Fantastic performance on map 2. Incredible, in fact. He's got to step up to an even higher level, and he just can't do it. So all the way back, they now have the lead. MOUZ 11-10 up. They were 10-2 down at the half. 11-10, the scoreline reads.
And they still have not lost more than 2 players in a single round on this second half. There is just not enough of a plan for GamerLegion, and I think it gets worse. We saw it early on in the T-half, them kind of bust through those smokes. We just saw it again in this round here. And that's the problem. If you're a player in that system and your IGL sending you through smokes into the upper bomb site of Nuke, you never get a clean look, you never get a clean fight, you never get a chance in those fights, and then it feels worse. It feels like you're not being given the chances to get into the game and get activated on an individual level. So then all of a sudden, when the team needs to turn to the individuals to bail them out of this situation, nobody's warmed up. Nobody's feeling the game because they've just been getting deleted time and time again, coming through smokes with no look at the fight.
Well, could be the same story, but this is it. The last chance for GamerLegion from 10-2 to 11-10 down. They have one last crack of the whip. They've got Galils on 3 players, 2 AK-47s. They're limited on utility, and they haven't even looked like they have a single chance in any of these rounds in this half. Completely deleted.
Oh, Snacks might have a jump on Exertion, though, looking to drop down.
He's been trying to make this play all half long, hasn't been able to make it work. Drops down this time, Spinks is right there, and Snacks just about gets it done.
Okay, only one player in the upper bomb site, that's Zelix. Oh, but of course he's gonna deliver! Double kill yet again!
One player with a mind of 2, apparently. We got Torsi fighting back again. Snacks is gone, so advantage with MOUZ. 2 players left, Flammers and Towson, and that was your chance. Nothing going right for GamerLegion now. There's a good headshot at least for Flammers, but then he's caught in the open. The response is there. And Towson has had a couple of good moments in this first half, but he needs a special one here. 1v2 with the AK.
It's winnable. It's a winnable 1v2. He's disappeared onto the map, so now MOUZ is going to lose track of where he is. Zelix drops down vents. PR playing from heaven. So both of them just take a bomb site with the ability to traverse to the other bomb site very, very quickly and play with safety. The longer Towson takes, the less time he'll have to work through issues at the bomb sites itself. 30 seconds on the clock.
Bomb pulled and planted. Zelix immediately swings open the double doors. No longer second-guessing any of his maneuvers. No longer second-guessing his own ability, but then makes a bit of a mistake, but he stays alive and now dead. Towson has a chance to double up, to topple 2. Flash off the wall. PR against his former teammate for an important round. This one for series point. Shadow against the wall. Towson to step out of the shadow of PR and win the headshot battle. It's 11-11. Finally a round win for GamerLegion, and it's happening right down to the wire again.
Okay, is that the moment? Is that the moment where GamerLegion has stopped the momentum? Can MOUZ just prove that they still have it, that this is all just there, and the defense is going to settle in yet again? Lovely opening from Snacks, finding some space. Zelix with the rebuttal, but man, this 1v2 is well played. The trickery with the door. Zelix's own door play going against him as well.
Have GamerLegion done enough? Has Towson give them enough? Certainly have the week goodbye. Pop through this ramp smoke. PR blinded, dropping down. Towson to chase after him. Utility deployed to try and slow them. They're coming at PR.
Whoa.
They're putting the pressure, and PR stands in the open. He stays committed, but that might be the mistake that opens things up.
If Spinks got here in time, he's good.
He's still in a good spot. He's in a great spot, in fact. He's going to pop out. They're not ready for him to be in this position so early, so Spinks doubles up. And now Exertion, headshot, bomb down, Rez left alone, 1v3. Otherwise, it is MOUZ to series point first. Rez to put the bomb down. Side of the smoke and sidelined by Zelix. 27 kills has become the most valuable player for MOUZ all of a sudden. That is series point, and for GamerLegion from 10-2 to now 12-11 down, facing elimination at the Esports World Cup.
It's got to feel like a shocking turn of events that this has occurred, and they've got to scrape together a bye with very low economy. Galil's coming in with utility. PR stays aggressive. Spinks has the time to get in behind the bomb site, and that is a lovely double kill to turn the round and secure it. They only need one more to complete this comeback.
And look at what GamerLegion are bringing to this party. They've got Galils on 3 players, a MAC-10 for Snacks. The only player with an AK is Flammers, and he has been nowhere near the level we've seen from him on that second map. They've attacked PR over and over again. Flash is coming. PR, good headshot. Pulls away on Towson. Hides around the corner. Through the fire they go. PR proving it's the right decision to go to MOUZ because they dig deep and they find what they're looking for. Beautiful stuff from MOUZ from 10-2 down all the way back to a regulation win. They will move to the quarterfinals with foot in their sights. Revenge will be sweet if they can get it. But for GamerLegion, it's absolute bitter disappointment as they watch their